Episode 8 already.
Holy damn, episode 8 already, and
Coming
this
in
is a
with a
highly
special one
anticipated one
tonight.
for us.
Yeah,
Eh?
we've been talking about doing this one for a long time, so it's very highly anticipated on our end. I'd like you to explain it to everyone because you're the ones that made these fantastic boards behind me.
Yeah, our
So
little
Dan
draft
will go
boards
ahead
here.
and explain what we're gonna do here and how it's gonna work.
Yeah, so this is actually like your brainchild. I think ever since we've been talking about doing a podcast, you were talking about how great of an idea it would be to do an all-star wrestling draft, like draft me and you draft our own promotion, and then just go through a judge who had the better promotion after which promotion would have better matchups and stuff. And it's kind of I always thought it was a great idea because it's something you don't even see out on like you don't even see that on YouTube or anything. All the wrestling content, and you don't really see that.
No, so it's gonna be interesting to see, who we pick and how we kind of run our own promotion. Um, I'm just hoping I get the picks I want because it's gonna throw off my game a little bit, but we're hoping I get the picks I want.
Yeah, see, I don't want to say too much what my plan is up front. Like, at least I want to get a few picks in, those top picks, before I start to say my strategy. But basically, for everybody watching, um, you see the board up there. We've got different categories. You got to fill out each category to complete your promotion. You can draft at any category at any point. Obviously, the main eventers are the higher value, so they're going to go early and stuff. And the mid carders later on, jobbers last, probably stuff like that. But yeah, you got to fill your whole promotion from main eventers to tag teams to your women's division to your mid card managers, general manager, authority figure, as well as a couple of jobbers. We're going to fill out every category, and you can draft from any wrestler, any time period. We're just not going to allow for duplicates. So say Chris drafts Bret Hart, I can't draft Bret Hart's Hart Foundation into tag teams after. They can't be two of the same guys. And I think we're going to say that goes as well for characters, right? Like, say you take Cody, I can't take Stardust, or you take Dude Love, I can't take Mankind, right?
Yeah, that sounds
Yeah.
fair.
Okay. Yeah, because it'd be
And for
really weird
anyone
if like you had Diesel and I had Nash or something. That'd be really weird.
and for anyone out there, blue is gonna be our faces, red is gonna be our heels. Even though that doesn't apply to today's wrestling, it's gonna apply to our draft.
Yeah, I thought about adding a third, like maybe black, as like guys that could flop, but I'm like, it's wrestling. Everybody can really flip flop for the most part, other than a handful of guys, right?
That's it. I think we should be able to pull it off. It should be
Yeah,
a
absolutely.
it should be a good draft here. I'm just gonna write down a name I forgot.
We both got little draft boards off to the side camera.
That's it. So I guess the best way to do this is we're gonna flip a coin. So I got right here a Canadian loonie. That's $1.
Looney.
So it's got tails and heads, and I'll let you pick what you want, Dan. So I'm gonna flip it.
Okay.
Hopefully I catch it.
Heads.
It is tails.
Oh, look, I got just as much luck as the Pistons.
So I guess I'm on the clock for the first pick of our draft.
That's right. Ring the bell on this shit, sir. Let's get this shit going.
Okay, I got my notes here. Okay, who I want to take? Number one. So number one, the first pick, I'm gonna actually take a guy that I didn't appreciate because I got tired of him over the years. But when I'm looking at starting a company, I need someone that can carry the flag for multiple years, who's reliable. This man gets booed or cheered. Either way, booed, cheered, a reaction equals money. He is the Superman of any wrestling promotion ever. He has to be, if not the best, one of the best to ever do it. And I'm going to go John Cena as my number one pick.
I had a feeling as soon as you started, I'm like, as soon as you start describing, like, well, he's definitely describing Cena.
Well, I had to take him. It would be a no-brainer here. This man can do it all, has done it all. It's the perfect number one pick. John Cena. I don't know if you guys can see that. Hopefully.
Yeah, it's true. I recall like back when we were in high school and stuff, and he was at the peak of his game. He was one of the few real main event talents that they actually had. Maybe probably the only main event talent for a long time that they had in that company. And he was absolutely carrying the ball. And I remember for years, me and you were really not big fans of his. I think
No.
we were turned off by like how limited a move set he had within the ring. But as you get older, you start to appreciate like, yeah, this guy could wrestle with anybody, have a good match with anybody, call a good match in the ring with anybody. Like,
Yeah, like, and especially on his later years when he had that U.S. title run, he had some of the
yeah,
most legendary matches of his career. He did it the right way when he was leaving the business. He came back and he put over talents instead of going over on talent.
yeah.
So, all the respect to John Cena. Like you said, when we were growing up in high school, we kind of got bored of him, but we got to give the man, as they say now, his flowers, and he deserves a bouquet, man. He is unbelievable.
And he is our number one pick in our boys fantasy wrestling draft.
I will say though, since he left wrestling, he aged horribly.
Oh, the hairline and the bald spot or whatever he's got is
Yeah.
very,
Can you see the
very.
John Cena, or did I write it too small?
You can see maybe darken that shit in a little bit.
I'll see if I can darken it up.
If the blue red doesn't work, maybe we should just go with the black and we can just write H or F beside it. No, there we go.
That's better.
John Cena.
Maybe I'll write it in all capitals next time.
Yeah, one of the few guys too where it's like he's had. I mean, he's definitely had crossover success. Probably equivalent to, well, maybe not equivalent to somebody as like Batista or The Rock, but at the same time, I feel like more people know his name than Batista, even though Batista's in all those Guardians movies. Like even people outside of wrestling.
Can you see that a little better now? Okay, that's not
Yeah,
bad.
I can see that. That's perfect.
So let me ask you something about John Cena here. When him and The Rock were feuding, and we went to theaters to watch that WrestleMania, do you think
Yeah,
they
the
made the
first
right?
one.
Do you think they made the right decision with The Rock going over? Like
Uh,
personally, as nostalgia, we wanted The Rock to win. There was no if, ands, or buts about it. But for the company's sake going forward, was it the right decision? I know a loss really doesn't affect John Cena at all because he does his promo where he's never down, he's always up. He's gonna keep coming, keep fighting. So, what do you think about that? Was that the right
yeah,
choice?
I I thought like you said, like I don't think a loss to The Rock hurt Cena. But I think that I feel like when they brought The Rock back at that capacity, that they needed to have him go over on Cena because like they had already brought him back from Hollywood and had him lose at WrestleMania in the past. You know what I mean? Like, were they
Yeah,
gonna have him back every time and have him lose to guys, right? Like, I thought the big mistake was rematching it immediately after, and
yeah, that
I
was
don't know.
that was
To me, it
that was
almost
bad.
cheapened the whole angle, cheapened
Yeah,
the
that
whole result of the first match.
That was bad when they did that. And actually, for WrestleMania, I believe it was 19 or 20. Randy Orton didn't want to work with The Rock. He was adamant of The Rock not coming back. So, who knows, right?
Yeah, it's complicated working The Rock. I've heard guys talk about like having to, you have to go through his whole team when it comes to working with The Rock, right?
Yeah. But
Except that Hollywood things.
he is willing to do things. But I guess probably I heard a rumor that Cena was supposed to go over, but The Rock was probably like, no way in Miami is that
Yeah,
happening.
another thing in Miami too.
Yeah. But anyways, let's get to your first round pick.
All right. Well, this guy would have been my first pick, whether I won that coin toss or not. Uh, I am going with probably the guy I would have. I thought maybe you were going to take, if not Cena,
I
but
know who you're
and then
gonna pick.
you know who I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
That's who I wanted to pick. He's my favorite. I got him tattooed on my arm, but I had to go with longevity here.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, I totally understand that. Obviously, Austin's prime, limited by the neck injury, but I mean, in his prime, I mean, whoever reached the peak of popularity that Stone Cold did, really, like, really the
That's it.
peak of wrestling was Stone Cold's peak.
That's one of the regrets I have growing up, that my father never took me to a wrestling event to hear that glass crack. I wish I would have been able to experience that feeling. Imagine hearing that in,
In person.
90, 97, 98, that glass cracking and that eruption. Like, we're talking about back in the day, for any of you younger wrestling fans, if you watch this, Raw used to have something called Heat, and
Oh yeah,
Austin would come out on Heat every just before Raw and get an amazing reaction. And then when Raw was live, he would get the same, not if not louder. So he's getting two pops in one night in the same event. So that is crazy to me that the fans were that loud twice for this man. I don't know, for the younger fans, know like how influential and how important Stone Cold was to WWE success. Not only getting from WCW, but really pushing the ball forward to the new era of wrestling. Like, can you explain how powerful the name Stone Cold Steve Austin is in wrestling?
yeah. I mean, it even bothers me the fact that the Attitude Era, they talk about how influenced it was by DX, because it just, to me, feels like it was just, they saw the Austin train coming and they're like, this is the new direction of this company. Because that
Oh
guy
yeah,
came in, when he came to WWE, and he obviously came in back from WCW, came in with his ringmaster gimmick and all that. But as
yeah,
soon as he started figuring out who he was and the Stone Cold gimmick, you could just see it coming a mile away. You see those early promos, you're like, whoa, this guy's way more badass than anybody on this program.
oh
He
yeah.
also felt way more real than anybody else in that program.
That's the thing with Austin. I know a lot of people, myself included. I love Becky Lynch's the man gimmick, but it feels too forced now, and it's really getting very annoying. And
Yeah.
as they say now again, cringy. But Austin's was never faked. It came off supernatural. He didn't push it down your throat. It
Totally.
just worked perfectly. And how we never seen at that point where a superstar was going at management. So the
Yeah.
upper
Yeah.
echelon management. He was going after Sergeant Slaughter, obviously Vince, Raw,
Vince,
everybody,
the
and he was hitting
Stooges,
them.
and Vince's Stooges.
And he was wrestling. He was still performing all that with a broken neck, healing from neck surgery, and still going out there and really, you know, making himself even more popular without even stepping in the ring. So it's kind of crazy how breaking his neck actually really helped him in the long run, because it made him do all these promos and those little angles that really got the fans behind him. And then when he was ready to come back, the ship had already sailed and we were on to, the new WWF era.
And in that limited style that he worked after the neck injury, it really
Yeah.
served the character better. Like, it made sense that character was a brawler, was just going to punch you and stomp you. Like, it would have fit the character a lot less if he was wrestling the same way as he did when he was in the Hollywood Blondes.
Yeah, and Austin has one of the fastest bumps you'll ever see. He takes that bump real fast off the punches, and that's coming from a broken neck. So, incredible. He deserved to go one or two, without a doubt.
Yeah, absolutely. I gotta make sure next time I write a little bit bigger. I'll write a big 316 beside, in case anyone can't read Steve Austin.
Yeah, it's a little harder to see for anyone out there. We're trying this for the first time, so there's no prep. Like, none of us, what we do, we go live every time. So hopefully you guys can end up seeing it. I can see it a little bit there. We might have to go with black.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the black.
Yeah. So we'll go with black for our faces.
And hopefully the red still works for the. I can see
Yeah.
the 316 good enough.
Okay. All right. So we're at number two.
Number two.
I have I have my stuff written down. There's a number 2 pick I was gonna pick. I don't think you're gonna choose him, so I'm gonna actually choose somebody else here and then go back to them because I'm trying to do something here. I just
That's
don't
a good
want you.
strategy. I've been
I just
thinking
don't.
like that too.
I just don't
Hey,
want you to pick my pick. That's what I'm looking at.
it's tough.
Um,
It's tough.
I'm gonna go with a heel. Um, I wasn't gonna choose him yet, but I want to choose him because I don't want to lose him. And in 1997, this man put out his best work as a heel in the World Wrestling Federation. I'm gonna take 97 Bret Hart as
Oh,
my second pick.
it's good you took him there, bro. It's good you took him there. Oh, damn, man.
Tell me a little bit about Bret Hart's work in 1997.
Bret Hart, I mean, in my opinion, I mean, again, super subjective. People's taste in wrestling. I think Bret Hart's work has aged better than anybody else's work. Bret Hart could wrestle in any era. Bret Hart's
Oh
work
yeah.
is absolutely flawless. It looks like as much like simulated combat as you get in '90s wrestling. Just an incredible worker, incredible technical grappler, great seller. Like I said, everything, nothing's no wasted motion, nothing over the top, just bare bones wrestler, beat your ass, do everything perfect, everything technical. Yeah, you can. Oh, Bret Hart, and then like you said, you bring in the heel dynamic of Bret Hart and like the Hart Foundation. Yeah, that's. I could imagine Bret Hart and John Cena could have some pretty great matches together as top guys.
Oh yeah, and Bret Hart would be calling those matches, no doubt about it.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Could you imagine that? And I think the promo would work too pretty well. Like you'd have like patriotic Cena versus Oh Canada Bret Hart.
Can you see that? Oh yeah, you could see that. Okay,
Oh, yeah, you can
perfect.
see that clear.
Yeah, Bret Hart in 1997 did some of his best work. His promos were at the top of his game. His wrestling was at the top of his game. Very, very technical, but it looks so good. It looks so real. He knows how to tell the story in the ring. Just beautiful. He's actually in my favorite match of all time, along with your first round pick at WrestleMania
Yeah,
13. Stone Cold Steve Austin Bret Hart is my favorite match of all time in wrestling. What a great story those two told over their feud over the years. Just beautiful. A little bit on Bret Hart though, as it was originally supposed to be. What would have happened if Shawn and Bret rematched at WrestleMania like they were supposed to? That would have been unbelievable.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, fuck, man. Bret. I mean, Bret takes a lot of shit nowadays. People look at him like he's like a bitter old man, and I can definitely
He,
see why
he,
people see it that way.
he's always been whiny though.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean, comparison to who though? We're talking about a guy who shared a locker room with Shawn Michaels. Like,
Yes.
I fuck. I mean, Bret. I kind of like feel like everything. I mean, yeah, he's whiny. He's kind of a loudmouth, and you hear him talk about shit in the media, and he's still bitter about shit that happened 20, 30 years ago. Well, fuck, he's kind of right about some things, like all the
Oh
stuff
yeah.
that he protecting the business and doing good work. Like shit, if people would have followed his mindset, you wouldn't have dummies like the Young Bucks on top of companies nowadays and stuff. Like,
Yeah, and like we talk about Bret Hart, he was gonna at that time he signed. I don't know if he signed it. Was gonna sign one of the most legendary deals of all time before Vince and pulled the
oh,
plug on it, and he
are we
wanted to
talking
go.
about his contract with
Yeah, like
WWE?
it was gonna be something like over 10 years or something like $1 million
Yeah,
a year,
yeah.
like
And
something
oh my god,
unbelievable. But we look at it and like we can't be mad at what happened at the Montreal screw job. Obviously, when I look at it, Brett's actually in the wrong in my part here because you have to do business. You're saying you're going to another company, whether or not you like Michaels or not, you got to drop the title.
yeah.
I know he wanted to keep the title at Survivor Series and then drop it on, Monday Night Raw, and he wanted to drop it to Stone Cold or something. He didn't want to drop it to Sean, but company wise, you have to drop it, especially when they're in the Monday Night Wars. They can't have you going over there as an unbeaten champion. It's
Yeah,
doesn't make sense. But you look at it, what happens if he doesn't leave? Do we
I
get the
know.
Austin? Do we get the Austin era? Like, we don't know, right? Is Owen Hart still here if he doesn't leave the WCW? Does he say, Owen, I don't want you going
Right.
up to the draft? Like, there's so many things we don't know, right? But there's so many dream matches we could have seen if Brett would have stayed, or if
Yeah.
Goldberg didn't kick him in the head. One of the two.
I mean, I do think it's good that he left in a way
Mhm.
for the fact that like he thought things were getting too absurd and crazy storyline wise when he was there, and it just got crazier and crazier over the next 5 or 6 years. So like I don't see how he would have really meshed in. Plus, there was already many big main event talents that would have just
Yeah.
held things up. But unfortunately, just the other option was go to WCW, where again he just was not a good fit there either. It was too much of a shit show behind the
Yeah,
scenes. There really wasn't many guys working like Brett other than cruiserweights.
yeah, but we look at it as we've heard it all on the internet before. Even Brett said it. You have the hottest commodity in the wrestling business.
Yeah, yeah.
He should come in right away and start feuding with your main guy, your champion. Yet he does not.
Not as a
And
referee, I don't think he should have came in as a referee.
no, he was ready to go, ready to fight. He just came off of getting screwed. He knocked out Vince McMahon in the back. He
Yeah,
previously just beat Austin at WrestleMania. So he's on a hot roll right now. And then WCW does whatever they do with him. It is unbelievable booking from that WCW team.
yeah, yeah. They just got lost in the shuffle there. No one cared to do anything with him, and he was like, "Well, fuck it, I'm just gonna get paid."
Yeah. Can I say that AEW is gonna go down that same path?
Oh,
Just
already.
signing these WWE guys that Vince doesn't want. Let me tell you, no matter how much we don't like Vince, how much we say, "Oh, Vince doesn't know the business," he knows talent, and when he releases guys, they don't become talent anywhere else. So AEW, you got to calm down and stop signing these guys that Vince let go. It's not helping your company.
Yeah,
Get the guys that are from your ground up and help you build up to where you want to go. Take some of those guys here and there that are actually going to help you develop, but just don't sign everybody that Vince gets rid of because half of them don't get used on your program.
yeah, yeah. And why get guys? I mean, they look at it like, oh, proven commodities, but I say already exposed.
Yeah,
Like,
that's it. Like I will say, like on this topic, quick, and I don't want to bash anyone because I'm not a wrestler, but how I look at it, guys like Keith Lee, for one, a lot of fans say, "Oh, he's unbelievable," whatever, whatever. For what he can do at his size is unbelievable. But there's one thing of seeing him on TV and then seeing him live. And when you go to a live event and you see these guys that are on the undercard, you go, "Oh my God, this looks really, really fake." But when you
yeah,
see these guys in the main event, it looks real. It looks like really, really, really good. So it's really a difference in how they film it, the angles. But when you see guys like him live, it's what Vince sees, and it's just not good. It's slow. It's methodic. His mechanics are weird in the ring. It's what it is, right?
yeah. And wrestling started for arena crowds. So to me, if you can't pull it off, sell it to an arena crowd, you can't wrestle.
All right, buddy. Let me hear your second pick, though.
All right, my number two. You already stole my number two, so I gotta. Okay. Ooh, this is tough now.
I'm gonna try. I'm
Well,
gonna
I'm
try to
gonna
move.
take
I'm gonna move this
a
a little
slight.
closer. How's
Oh, okay.
that? That's a little
All right.
better, eh?
I was gonna take a detour off my list, but no, because I'm scared you're gonna steal my third pick if I do that. So I'm gonna stick with on my list, and I'm going to stick with baby faces here. My number two pick is going to be a baby face, Kurt Angle.
Fuck, you stole my pick.
Yeah, I knew I had to take him there.
You stole my pick because I wanted to feud him with Bret Hart.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking too. I wanted to get both guys too. I mean, like Brett, another guy who his stuff just aged perfectly. I mean, it helps that he's super legitimate Olympic gold medalist in wrestling.
Oh,
and
yes.
it translated to the to professional wrestling. Like, man, different eras of Kurt, like his intensity in the ring and stuff. Like when he pulled in that strap and he'd go into like crazy Kurt mode, like the guy was a fucking animal. And like
Yeah.
his feuds with Brock when we were kids were, I mean, those matches were insane and all really good, hard impact wrestling. You know, he's a guy, he looks like he slams the fuck at everybody he works with, but I've never heard people talk about him being like overly dangerous by any means.
No.
Just a physical, like believable, lays it in kind of wrestler. And that's kind of what I'm going for now. Now I don't mind exposing a little bit now that you know I wanted Brad. You see that I drafted Kurt. Like I'm definitely going for more of like this, like a sports vibe, more less of like an entertainment vibe, more of like a realistic combat vibe to my promotion. And Kurt's the perfect selection. The guy probably would have gone to UFC if UFC was bigger when after he won the Olympic gold. Totally legit wrestler, like, and a complete badass. And I've always heard he's a pretty good personality behind the stage or behind the scenes.
And a guy that's really given his entire life and his body to professional wrestling. Like if you see him now, oh my, like you could tell the wear of the ring and the wear of drugs and alcohol have really taken a toll on Kurt Angle. It's crazy to say that he's wrestled longer in TNA than he has in the WWE. But
that is pretty.
that's a guy that in the early 2000s, we're talking 2002 to 2004 on SmackDown, they were putting on better shows than Monday Night Raw, without a doubt. They just had the better technical wrestlers and storylines. Raw was just everything was about Triple H, Triple H, Triple H. Triple H wins the pay-per-view by cheating, and then he cheats again, and then he cheats again. But on SmackDown, and SmackDown was oh, hey, Katie Vick, man, don't talk about Katie Vick.
Katie Vick, that's my next pick. Katie Vick, I almost forgot.
But
Katie Vick is going to take his Kane's manager.
Man, but yeah, Kurt Angle again, another guy that could have went first overall on I think anybody's list, right? This is the guy that everyone said picked up the business faster than anyone they've ever seen pick it up. So
yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
the way how quickly he transitioned from someone who had never been a professional wrestler to a main event talent, and like not just like not just because of the way he looked, not like an Ultimate Warrior or something like that. Like he was actually a good worker too. Like
man, we gotta talk about Kurt Angle. Every time I hear that name, it just comes up my head at the King of the Ring when he was putting Shane McMahon through the entrance glass. Remember that? With the
oh my god,
the belly to belly? Yes.
And he's putting him through the one that's not the gimmick glass.
Yeah. That was great. And like we're talking about a guy, like I said, he gave his body up to the business and he would do anything. He has one of the best moonsaults that he's never hit. Like Kirk has never hit that moonsault on anybody, man.
Just basically almost kills himself every time.
He'll do it off a steel cage. He'll do it off anything, everything just for the fans, man. Unbelievable talent. And can you what did you think of when he put over Taz when Taz debuted, and then that was pretty much it for Taz? Like Taz came in smoking hot, blew the roof off the building, and then it kind of went.
That was it. Yeah. Taz was just never. Taz, I feel like, was just never going to work in WWE as like a main guy. It's like that. No, he's like the same as like Rhino from ECW. Yeah, he is a little powerhouse. He is really strong, and you can believe it when he's doing it to smaller dudes and guys that fly all over the place. But it's just hard to take a guy like Taz serious when you put him in like a main event title picture with maybe like, I mean, imagine Taz trying to suplex Brock Lesnar. Like, what the fuck?
That's it, right? He just didn't have the size and the body build that McMahon wants. That's basically
what look right.
That's basically what that came down to. But okay, where are we at here? Number 3?
Pick number 3.
Fuck, there's a lot of big names here.
Oh yeah.
A lot of big names. Um,
And arguably the biggest crossover star in the history of wrestling is still on the board, as well as arguably the biggest draw in wrestling, other than maybe Stone Cold.
yeah, there's so many. Holy fuck! But I'm gonna go someone right away who I'm gonna actually put the WWE title on. So he's gonna be my champion, my promotion, and right away
Oh, you're gonna steal my pick. I know you're stealing my pick right now.
he's gonna go in a feud right away with John Cena. He
Oh
is
no.
he is the ultimate heel right now. I'm
Oh
gonna
god
take
damn it.
MJF.
Oh, MJF. Oh, thank God. I thought you were taking my pick there. That's a good pick. That's the pick I didn't expect, but MJF. Dude, MJF and Cena in a feud. Ooh, the mic work. Ooh. I mean, to be honest, it's funny because, like, I was always a CM Punk fan. I love CM Punk's mic work, and I love the MJF CM Punk angle. But I feel like, oh man, the combination of MJF and John Cena's mic work together, I feel like they would play off each other a lot better. Like I felt like MJF and Punk maybe were kind of similar, but like MJF and Cena, that's like, oh man, they're like both great promos, but like in opposite ways almost. Like, oh, that's a great pick. That's a great pick. Yeah, like a modern day Ric Flair, really.
Yeah, and the C means champ. So he's going to be my champ of my company to start off with. That's what I was thinking here. I needed someone to spice up John Cena to get the best out of John Cena. MJF is definitely that guy. Like you said, the promo work here, both very opposite promos. It's going to be, again, the cliche kind of promo we get with MJF. I didn't get anything given to me, this and that, whatever. And John Cena's going to be like, you got to work for it, whatever. I think I can
Yeah.
get I think I can get years and years definitely out of MJF and John Cena for sure. So
And
that
man,
that
you ever flip Brett? I think MJF and Brett work good together too.
yeah. And MJF is a worker. He can get
Yeah,
it done in the
exactly.
ring. He can get
Absolutely.
can you see that or do you want me to darken that up?
Oh no, I can see that. You're doing a much better job at doing that than me. I gotta really start writing bigger.
It's just crazy here the names that are still available. And
No, literally.
that's what's so hard about this because we only have really 6 big main eventers, right? So
Exactly, big stars. You can only fit so many guys in that category. And some main eventers, you just can't really throw it in. Like, I can't put The Undertaker in my mid card or something. That would just be fucked.
all right, buddy. Give me your third overall pick.
My number 3 pick. Oh man, I thought you were stealing this from me, especially when you said big heel nowadays. But sticking with my theme of legit,
I know you're gonna take now.
and I copy you and put the belt on my third pick as well. And my champion is the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar.
Oh, I didn't think you were going there.
Yeah.
Oh, I did not think you were going there. Okay.
Yeah, I can say. I mean, he was he's a great heel in wrestling. He was a legit heel in the UFC. Legit badass in fucking life. Yeah, reignite the rivalry between him and Kurt Angle, as well as
the
getting
dream match. The
the
dream
match
match
that never happened between him and Austin.
Yes.
And this time, Austin isn't going to walk out. So yeah, there's a C. Is that a little bit better? Is that a little more clear than some of my other ones? Maybe if I just gotta move my thing a little closer.
That's good there. Yeah, that's good.
There we go. So yeah, Brock Lesnar adding to the legitimacy of my product. Like I said, going for a real sports package here. So I'm getting most of my entertainment value and promos from Austin so far, obviously, and all my in-ring legitimacy and grappling from Kurt Angle, Brock Lesnar. You know, at the end of the day, you will run into my promotion in an alley. You fucking better have like goddamn Bruiser Brody and a fucking AK-47 with you to take out these fuckers.
All you need is a couple Puerto Ricans and you're done, yo.
Was it
That might be the
Invader
worst.
or whatever? Is that what it was?
I don't think we should have said that joke, yo. That was pretty bad.
Oh my god, that happened a long time ago. Like, you can't make a Bruiser Brody joke. Oh shit. Anyways, yeah.
I did not know you were going with Brock. I thought you were gonna pick somebody else here.
Yeah, I don't even know which version of him I would prefer because obviously I have a soft spot for the young version of him where he was more of like a in ring rap. But I kind of like the more modern version of him. I think it fits the mold of my promotion better with the more the MMA influenced style. So I think that
I
I'm
see what
looking
you're
at more of
doing
a
there.
post 2010 Lesnar here.
I think that's a good choice, though. You can't go wrong
Yeah.
with Brock Lesnar here because that is the ultimate heel. Like
Always a good draw, right?
yeah, that's a guy. That's a guy that actually legitimately is a badass. So
Hoping to pair him up, maybe like draft a manager later on to pair him up with to help him with his promos.
yeah, absolutely. Fuck.
But there we go. We're three picks in. We're already a half hour in.
I'm stuck with between two guys here for the fourth pick.
It's tough. There's fucking huge names left, yo.
I just don't know where I'm gonna put them here. The next one has to be a major. I want to finish up my heel here. I don't know who you're gonna draft next, so I don't want you to take both of them. I don't want you to take one of them, yo.
I know
I'm
who I
gonna
have.
go.
I know who I have in mind.
I know when I say this name, you're gonna take the opposite name that I want, but then I'm hoping I'm gonna get the other name I want.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with, even though I should go with this pick here, he just fits better, I think, on my roster right now, and he is doing the best work on pay-per-view television out of anybody right now, and I'm gonna go with Roman Reigns as my
Oh,
next
nice
pick.
pick. Good pick. Yeah, that was a tough one for me. I didn't know where I should have him on my draft board because I knew he was going to get drafted high in this. I thought you were going to take Roman. I would have thought you would have taken Roman over before MJF even.
Well, that's it, right? But I thought I had a chance to get him, so it was either him or the other choice I was gonna pick. So I'm not mad that either one of them who I got. But
I mean,
right
Roman Reigns.
now,
What more can you say
pay-per-view,
about that? Best thing in going in wrestling for the last couple of years now, or maybe 3 years now, and it's like he did that all despite WWE. Like they've done everything throughout his career to fucking make sure that this guy's push was just done in the worst way possible, writing him just awful promos, trying to book him into some sort of weird like Disney fucking character. Like finally they let him give him free roam to be a badass. And what do you get? Just fucking excellence, great promos, great matches, great storylines. Guy's a complete package. Guy's a great champion, great main eventer.
absolutely, he's done some of the best work on pay-per-views of the last year. Um, I thought he was actually Superstar of the Year last year instead of John Moxley. But I
Yeah.
guess,
Oh my god. Don't even worry about what fucking Dave Meltzer says.
but again, I will say I would like to see in all of WWE more champions competing more. We don't see that as much anymore. So I'd like to see Roman actually compete a little bit more on, live TV, just not on pay-per-views, because it sucks when you just see him for a little promo here and there, and it's mostly Paul Heyman talking. So I'd like to see him a little more. So in my company, I'm gonna kind of have him doing a little bit more. Obviously,
Yeah.
we probably want almost the same manager here to manage him or Brock Lesnar.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. That is true. But yeah, I'm happy with my fourth pick there. There was another name here I wanted, but if I can, because I'm gonna fill it out with two more faces here to finish that. So if I can pick up one or two of those names, I think I'm happy here.
Yeah, you got a pretty good heel stable right there between Brett, MJF, and Roman. You got the promo, the technical wrestling, and then you got the powerhouse.
Yeah, so now I just got to fill it out here with some faces. So I'm all right with that. Okay, what's your pick? Number 5. No, are you on number? You're on number 4 still, right? Yeah, number 4. What's your 4th pick?
Yeah, I'm real tempted to go off my draft board here.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to stick with style of wrestling I know I want to have. And that is why I am going to draft. Ooh. Yeah, I'm going to draft a babyface Undertaker.
Fuck.
Is that who you're thinking?
Yeah, that's who I was gonna take before Roman, but I was hoping I was hoping you weren't gonna pick him.
Yeah, so I kind of want most of my main event guys to have size. Talk about a big man, baby face. And Taker's been doing it longer than anybody. Did it with durability. Had all kinds of great matches with great wrestlers. Carried all kinds of poor wrestlers throughout his career. The guy's just, also, not to mention, just, I don't need to worry about my locker room at all with that guy back there. Him, Austin, and Kurt Angle, those guys can take care of my entire locker room.
That's true. I'm hoping the only one that's gonna bitch in my locker room might be MJF if he doesn't get his way. But
I feel like MJF will get along.
I think Roman and John Cena will hold that down, you know.
Yeah, and Brett too, man. Brett's I feel like Brett along with Cena, and like Brett clashes with like guys like Shawn and stuff, but I feel like Brett and Cena would get along pretty well too.
I'm interested to see. There's some fucking big names out here.
Damn right. The Rock is like not just the biggest wrestler of all time to like casuals, but like maybe the biggest celebrity in the world. We still haven't taken him.
He is coming up next, and that's my next pick, number 5. I'll say it now.
Shit. I think your pick.
I wanted him as Hollywood Rock, but I got my heels that I wanted. So I'm okay with him as a face because I want to match him up with this guy right here. I think we're gonna have something special there. So I'm gonna take The Rock as my number 5th pick.
Oh, could you imagine just like Roman Reigns turning on his how are they related again?
I think he's his cousin.
Cousin. Yeah, so turning on his older cousin or something like that. That'd be awesome. What a great match that would be. Yeah, you have The Rock could be, I guess. So you're thinking younger Rock, you said? What Rock did you say?
I want about 2001 to 2002 Rock. That's what I want.
Okay, yeah. So not like the leanest Rock ever was, but he's still lean enough he can move around the ring real well and stuff. Pretty much do just about anything in the ring.
I don't want the big muscular Rock, no.
No, but yeah, I mean, what can you say about The Rock? Biggest crossover star in the history of the sport. I mean, yeah, fuck, honestly, man. I mean,
The Rock has to be the biggest superstar ever.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So far, I mean, for star power, I think you got me beat pretty good. I mean, Stone Cold and Brock are big draws, but you got Cena, you got The Rock, and then to follow that with like Reigns, those are some pretty big draws in that main event.
Yeah, and I like the pick of The Rock here. I didn't think I was actually going to be able to get The Rock, but it's the perfect pick. Again, good on the mic. The Rock can come up here, work with MJF. The Rock can work with Bret Hart. That would be an excellent match. The Rock and Bret Hart.
That'd be amazing. Yeah.
Then we have the dream match where The Rock's actually in good shape. Rock and John Cena in their prime. So I don't mind that right now.
Rock and MJF. Can you imagine The Rock dropping all of his great lines on MJF? And MJF would put them over so well. Like he would look so upset and bothered by the lines. Like it would be great. Yeah, those guys. So far, man, I think both our promotions are nice. It's not just good picks, but good chemistry too amongst all the picks.
Absolutely. Austin and Kurt Angle have had some fantastic matches. later on at 2000 Austin, earlier 2000 Austin, and The Undertaker had great matches. So
Man,
you can work that Kurt Angle and Undertaker had some of the best matches together
Undertaker,
of both of their careers.
Undertaker.
And Kurt and Brock, Undertaker and Brock, Hell in the Cell match, legendary.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I like it.
So yeah, my number 5.
Yeah, let me hear it.
Okay. Oh man, this is tough. Now,
Better take
now
them.
I'm going with. I don't know if probably don't need to take him here because I don't think you're looking to pick him up. But I'm going to take who, in my opinion, is the greatest professional wrestler of all time. Woo! The Nature Boy, Ric Flair.
There's a guy that's gonna sell for you all day.
Yeah, man. I mean, again, Ric Flair, another guy I can have strap the belt on. I think of my main event picture. He's gonna carry my promos. This is the guy that between the matches, they're gonna cut to the interview backstage, and he's gonna keep everybody, all the viewers' attention between the matches. Not to mention, Duke can have a match with anybody.
Absolutely.
Can sell his ass off.
He'll make any one of your mid carders look like a main eventer. No problem.
Exactly. I can't say enough about Ric Flair. I mean, he's a pioneer of the sport and one of the first true, great nationwide draws of the sport, of the modern era. Of the modern era, I should say.
This man has wrestled anybody and everybody.
Yeah, and
he's wrestled everywhere, every territory. When there were territories, this man wrestled everywhere.
Yeah, and a guy he might not translate much to what a lot of young people like in wrestling nowadays with the high flying and stuff like that. But other than that, I mean, he could wrestle in any era. I mean, the guy is just outstanding wrestler, insane cardio. The matches with Steamboat where they go an hour and shit. He'd go an hour with all kinds of people back in the day. Oh man, yeah, just an incredible wrestler, underrated athlete. I heard that the man I watched his 30 for 30, and it was something like he told a sports psychiatrist that he drank I think it was 12 beers, 12 mixed drinks a day, every day.
Oh yeah.
For 30 years. And the guy just didn't believe me. He's like, that's not possible. You'd be dead. You couldn't even be alive and do that. No. He's like, no, I'm alive and I'm working towns 5-6 nights a week.
Yeah, he's a machine. We talk about Kurt Angle being a machine and giving his body to this business. No one has done it better than Ric Flair, giving the body. And it's a travesty that we did not see Hogan versus Ric Flair at WrestleMania. That is absolute bullshit.
I mean, I have to assume it has something to do with Hulk Hogan because everybody that knows anything about Hulk Hogan knows that he's he's big into politics, he's big into lying, and he's big into Hulk Hogan. All right. Have you ever heard the one where he says he was the original guitar player of Metallica?
Yeah, I heard it. He did some crazy shit.
He'll just say anything. It's does he not know that there's Google?
Don't believe anything that's out of Hogan's mouth, yo.
Yeah, apparently.
Holy fuck, 50 minutes and we haven't even fucking done anything yet.
Yeah, holy shit. We're not even doing it.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Next pick.
Rounding out your main event.
I'm going to try not to give this one away. This superstar is going to win Superstar of the Year this year. This superstar is unbelievable. This superstar is also my wife's favorite superstar. And every time this superstar wrestles, she actually puts down the phone and watches. So I'm going to go with the heel pick, and I'm
Ooh.
going to take Rhea Ripley.
Oh wow, good drafting. Wow, drafting the women early. Rhea Ripley, nice pick. Man, I gotta say I'm out of the loop for the most part on what's going on in WWE these days. But last I watched, I fucking loved Rhea Ripley. Definitely my favorite female in that company currently. That chick, again, we're talking about people that can wrestle in any era. She can wrestle in any era. Super believable. A fucking tank. The back on that chick, she could kick the ass of like majority of the main eventers in AEW, I think, like legitimately.
She is a beast, yo. Her ability that big to be able to sell to smaller superstars, her in-ring ability, her promo ability, her look. She is unbelievable, and she deserves to win Female Wrestler of the Year this year. No ifs, ands, or buts. Dave Meltzer, don't fuck it up.
Dave Meltzer, don't pick some Asian girl from some promotion no one's ever heard of. It's Akati Kikakowaki Suzuki from miscellaneous fucking Japanese promotion 3.
Can you see that? Can you see Rhea Ripley on there?
I can.
Let me bring this girl.
Mine okay? Mine, can you see mine at all?
I can see yours, yeah. I just got to move my clothes. Okay, buddy, let's start speeding this up, I guess. So let's hear your 5th round pick.
Okay, my 5th pick, actually, no, I'm not going to round out my main event. I'm going to jump directly to the mid card. And I'm going to write the wrestler who will have a stranglehold on my mid card, which will be basically the television title division.
Oh, you're bringing back the TV title? Okay.
Yeah, my main eventers, they battle over my big title, my world title that pretty much is only defended for the most part on pay-per-views. But every week, you get the TV title defended by the mid-card champion, who will be, in this case, HBK, Shawn Michaels.
Oh, Shawn Michaels going to the mid-card.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't want to have too many guys like junior heavyweight, cruiserweight in my main event, but I figure a guy like HBK, he can absolutely carry my mid card. I can throw him on at the end of my show. I can throw for main events. He's a big enough draw. I can put him on in the middle of my show to keep people's attentions with the entertaining match. I just see HBK as like a very useful tool in my mid card to have quality matches, quality promos, and quality storylines. And I'm definitely going with heel HBK.
I like that pick. I like that. I kind of want to fill out my main event. I'm actually going to go with a mid-carder here. I'm going to go with somebody, again, that's going to carry that mid-card for me. Not as a champ, but just to be on there to make great storylines.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with let me see. I want him a heel. I'm gonna go with Kane.
Ooh, Kane. There you go. Kane, I mean, I feel like in recent years people are finally starting to appreciate Kane for what he has been, how solid of a rock he's been. Also very much just overshadowed by The Undertaker. I think if The Undertaker never existed, a lot of the praise you hear about him, you would hear about Glenn Jacobs. Guy was just a rock for a long time and quietly athletic. Man, him in the early 2000s, he could do a lot of things. Like when he come off that turnbuckle with that clothesline, like he could get some vertical and it looked pretty smooth. Like
absolutely, and I have to go with someone here in my mid-carder that's going to dominate, and I can put him in that role to be a dominating force. So I'd rather have Kane than the Big Show. So I'm going with Kane.
Absolutely.
All right, buddy. What pick is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What's this? The 7th round for you?
Yeah, we only
Yeah.
have like 32. We only have like over 20 to go.
All right,
Yeah,
let me
what
hear it.
talking like hardcore Kane or 90s Kane or
I'm gonna go with 90 Kane here. I
yeah.
like the
You
Kane.
don't have to nail yourself down if you don't want to. I'm just curious.
No, I'm gonna go with 90 Kane. I was gonna go with 2006 era Kane.
Oh yeah. Oh, like when he first took the mask off and he's fighting like
Yeah.
Shane and stuff.
But I'm gonna stick with the 90s Kane. I think that's Kane at his best here. I'm gonna keep him with that mystique that he's very hard to beat. So when
Yeah.
if I move him up to that main card role, he's still gonna have that ability to carry that. Oh, he still hasn't been beaten. So I'm gonna
I
leave
suppose
Kane
that
at the 90s. I
mystique
like him
about him.
there.
I like that.
All right, let me
Okay.
hear it.
All right. So my next pick, let's see. I'm going back to my mid card again and drafting another guy who's just a consistent rock for a long period of time. Guy that can compete on my mid card against HBK.
I know who you're
That's
picking. I know who you're picking.
Randy Orton is who I'm going with.
Okay, I wasn't gonna say that. I wasn't gonna say that.
Actually, going to go with a babyface Randy Orton because I feel like in recent years he's been able to develop a little bit more charm as a babyface than he had. Then, like, I just feel like the charm he has as a babyface these days gives him almost a little bit more dimension than like just his arrogant persona as a heel.
Yeah.
I think there's something like almost like a dry humor about his character now as a face, the way he's able to deliver some lines and stuff. So yeah, I like HBK rounding out my mid card. Again, one of the smoothest workers of our
Absolutely. I was
lifetime.
just gonna say that. Randy Orton comes in at my, if not top three, top five. Um, there's a match out there with him and Daniel Bryan, now Bryan Danielson, when he's wrestling him and he opens up his hands on the mat and stomps it, and the way he makes it look so real is unbelievable. I'm surprised Randy didn't make it. I thought Randy would have filled out our main event
Yeah.
this year. So I'm actually going to. That's actually a great pick, but I'm gonna finish my main here, and I don't want to lose this guy. Oh, this is tough because I want to take this guy because I think you're gonna take him next, and I don't want to lose him. But he would be good as a mid carder. But I also don't want to take this guy.
Excuse me.
I could take this guy.
Oh, it's tough. It's tough. We're getting to like the ones where it's like there's a lot of options, right? Like,
I'm actually gonna switch it up here. I'm gonna go back to my mid card because this guy can jump back and forth here. I like him actually as a heel. I was gonna put him in my main event slot. He could go with every one of these guys, no problem, but I can always move him up. But I'm thinking I want someone of a bigger body here. I'm gonna go with mid card. I'm gonna take Seth Rollins.
ooh, good pick. Good pick. I mean, that's a guy. Again, he's got size. He's got enough size to be a main eventer, but the guy moves like he's a freaking cruiserweight. He can fly all over the freaking place. He can wrestle on the ground. He can wrestle aerial. He can strike. I mean, he's very much like an example of pretty much the premier full package of a modern wrestler. I look at like guys like him, AJ Styles. I feel like they're the perfect representation of good modern wrestling.
Can you see that? Yeah, okay.
Oh
I,
yeah.
I, I wrote it big and then I went small because I was running out of room. So Seth Rollins, what is that the ninth pick?
Yeah, something like that, right?
One, two,
Great.
three, four, five, six, seven. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead with your next pick, man. We'll just start swinging them for a little bit here and then we'll slow it down.
Okay, sounds good. My next pick, I'm going to stick with my mid card again. Actually, I'm going to draft another baby face, and that is going to be Latino Heat Eddie Guerrero.
Beautiful.
I'm just gonna write. I'm just gonna write Eddie G, so I don't have to write Guerrero.
That again, that's a perfect pick there. What era are you going there?
Ooh, I mean, I could go. I can really go any year, Eddie. I like Eddie even. I like Eddie even in those like fucking parachute pants and mullet in ECW. But I'd probably go with him around the run of his championship run on SmackDown. I know he was obviously moving towards a period of his health of period of his life where he ran into bad health and eventually passed away because of steroids. But
Yeah.
I mean, you ignore the steroids. The guy had the physique. He had the moves. He had promos. He had everything at that point. Eddie Guerrero, definitely a pick to help round out my mid card.
That's been your mid card starting off as a main card right there, yo.
I know it looks like a monster. I'm looking to get one more guy that's like a big one, and then I'm gonna start like tapering off a little bit into some smaller names, some guys that can lose some more matches.
I want to finish off my main here. I don't want to lose this guy though.
Yeah, it's a guy I'm worried that you're gonna pick on me, but I've been putting off drafting him.
I'm actually gonna go to my mid card here because I don't want to lose him.
Oh God, you're gonna take him, aren't you?
But I hope he does not get picked. My next pick doesn't get picked. I'm gonna go with a 2003, 2004 face here. I'm gonna go with Edge.
Ooh, that's a great era. That was a great. That was my first exposure to Edge. Actually, like I didn't. I went back and watched Attitude Era mostly, like after the fact for the most part. As a kid, I remember getting into Raw in the early 2000s and not having the score to watch SmackDown. And I remember when Edge came over as a face and what is that, 05 or something like that into Raw. And I'm like, oh my God, this guy's badass. He came out with that Rob Zombie music and stuff like that. And, oh my God, you think you know him?
So Edge, I'm gonna take Edge here.
Pre-rated R superstar, babyface Edge. I like that. People forget about that era of him, but like, goddamn, the guy was a big babyface. He won the tag team title with like 4 or 5 different guys, I feel like. In that era.
And his intercontinental title reigns were amazing.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And I like this matchup here.
Yeah.
Obviously, I
can
get Edge to move up here. Edge versus Bret Hart. We got Seth Rollins versus Bret Hart.
Edge versus The Rock.
We got versus The Rock here.
Yeah.
We got a lot of great stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, buddy. Your next pick.
All right, my next one. I'm gonna take because again I'm nervous that you're gonna take him. I don't know. What do I want, a face or a baby face, or a face or a heel? I'm gonna go with heel or face, and I'm going to draft a baby face. And it matches perfectly the theme of my promotion. I've got all the other guys I feel like that are this vibe, so I got to get him.
I know you're gonna pick
the world's most dangerous man, Ken Shamrock.
Unlimited potential with Ken Shamrock. I like it.
And if you're Tito Ortiz, he'll beat you until you're the living dead. Ken Shamrock, a much better. I don't know. Personally, I like him as a pro wrestler more than an MMA fighter. He's kind of seemed like the shits as an MMA fighter. Although maybe I'm just really not giving enough credit because I guess he's a pioneer or whatever. God damn, I mean, I probably wouldn't give him the mic based on what he used to say in interviews for UFC and Tough and stuff like that. But man, the guy's a legit badass. And yeah, I love to put him in there. Maybe have him tag with Kurt against Brock Lesnar and somebody else. Have him in there as Brock.
Yeah, that's not a bad pick at all, yo.
I'll bring back the Lions Den match.
Lions Den.
All right, what do you got next?
I'm gonna fill out this. I'm gonna finish this, so I don't have to worry about my main eventers. I have 5 names that I want on my roster, so just trying to see who would fit in best. This guy is a bigger body, so I like him in my main event role. I think he can work all of these guys perfectly. I was hoping that I was going to put on the main card. I just don't see how it works with him in my mid card right now. I'm going to go as a face. I'm going to take 2002 Triple H.
Ooh, I mean, we were talking about how that show is too based around him and stuff like that. Raw, that's solely just an overexposure thing. The guy was doing fantastic work. As much as he was overexposed, he was the most hated heel in the world at the time. He was the most hated heel for a long time, it felt like.
Oh, yeah. I'm going with him as a face, though, here in 2002. I like the matchup with him and Reigns as a heel. Him and MJF would do some great things.
Absolutely.
Him and Brett would be good together. I'm not too mad at that. I wanted to get him somewhere else down here, but I don't like him with the setup I have here. So, and I don't want Katie Vick coming in here. So,
wait, you take face Triple H?
Yeah, I took 2002.
Oh, okay. So we're talking jean jacket Triple H. Okay, yeah. Torn quad return Triple H.
Yes, that's when he was the ultimate face at that point.
Yeah, when he returned, that was huge.
That pop was nasty.
Yeah.
All right, buddy.
All right, my next one, I'm going to go back to my mid card one more time, and I'm probably going to leave the mid card for a while. But I'm going to draft the heel. Guy will work perfectly with Eddie. I think he translates pretty well with, I guess he won't be working with HBK, so both be heels. But, and it'll be, a heel, Rabid Wolverine, Chris Benoit.
He's not allowed on the list.
So obviously, like we all know how
you could put him on the list, but he's not going in the Hall of Fame. I'll tell you that. And I want to say this right now. I'm going to say this again. A guy that gave his body to the business. But for all you guys out there that always say, "Why is he not in the Hall of Fame?" Unfortunately, whatever body of work you do in this world, you are forgotten. And you should never be remembered after what you do to your family. If you want to go and kill I don't even want to say that, but if you, feel that way, don't take others with you. That's all I can say. But again, a wonderful, wonderful worker. One of the most intense you'll ever see in the ring.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the kind of guy I can usually separate an artist from his art kind of thing. Like I'll fucking watch. I've literally watched OJ highlights and like, wow, what a magnificent runner.
OJ didn't do it. The glove didn't fit.
You're right. It was probably Benoit, to be honest. Did anyone check if he was in LA at the time?
That's terrible,
The glove would have fit his tiny little hands.
Well, all right. Let me jump right in here.
Great, fantastic wrestler.
I agree, yo. That's a good pick, yo.
All right, your pick.
I'm gonna go mid card here. I'm gonna take AJ Styles.
Ooh, he was on my list. I mean, he would have fit in perfectly with some of my guys. That's why I was looking at him. I'm like, oh, he works Randy, Benoit, HBK, perfect. But yeah, he works for yours. He works Edge real well. He jumps up to that main event. He could work MJF, The Rock. But oh my God, AJ versus Bret Hart. Can you imagine that?
Can you imagine AJ versus Shawn Michaels?
Yeah, dude. You'll have to trade him to me. But dude, AJ would work. I feel like AJ would work Kane well too, like a prime Kane versus AJ.
Oh yeah. AJ is, with lack of a better word, phenomenal, right?
Yeah.
AJ Styles. All right, buddy. What's your next pick? We'll start going rapid fire for a little bit, and then we'll slow it down.
Okay, my next pick. I'm picking my first tag team. have to get these guys. Again, matches the theme of my promotion perfectly. My main babyface tag team, they're getting the belt right away. The Steiner brothers.
The Steiner brothers.
I mean, what late 80s, mid to late 80s Steiner brothers. I mean, those matches in WCW in the late 80s, incredible. Those guys are monsters. Just athletic freaks, really. They could throw anybody around. And that shit looked real. Fuck, they were just ragdoll dudes. Love the Steiners. Huge fan of the Steiners as a tag team.
Scott Steiner, a guy that has created some of the most, insane, devastating maneuvers of all time. Oh my god. His suplex.
I don't want to take any of
his
the
suplex
Steiner screwdriver. Their finisher is scary enough. Yeah, that's my tag team. I feel like they fit in perfect with Angle, Lesnar, Shamrock.
I agree. Steiner is right up there with those guys for sure. Even his brother Rick.
Yeah, man, Rick was beat. I think Rick was, to be honest, the better wrestler in the ring.
You think so? I thought younger Steiner was a great performer.
Yeah, I think Scott is too. And Scott, to me, has the memorable moves and stuff. But I always loved. I thought Rick was. I mean, Rick was good at Mid South without Scott. Like,
that's true. Yeah, he was. He's actually in some big trouble right now about something at an autograph signing. I don't know.
Oh, right.
Yeah. I don't know what it was. I never really looked in it, but it was Rick that's he got in some kind of trouble.
Oh, that dog-faced gremlin.
All right. I'm going to take, as a heel, in my mid-card, I'm going to take Finn Balor.
Ooh, there's a good pick. Finn Balor, I mean, he's still even fairly young. I mean, he's been doing it for a long time. That dude's been wrestling for a long time, and he's still pretty young even. At least he looks youthful still. Like,
this is the guy that my wife eye fucks all the time.
Oh, see, when you were saying that before about what your wife's favorite wrestler was, I'm like, you already said Roman. I thought everybody's wife's favorite wrestler was Roman. That makes sense. He's probably the next handsomest after Roman.
She can't help but look at the screen when Rhea Ripley's on, and neither can I.
That damn handsome Irishman. Yeah, I was
Balor.
I was super hyped when he came in. It was disappointing his first run there. That just poorly timed injury. Like they gave him the ball to run with, and I'm sure he would have done a great job running with that title. But then that injury right at the beginning of his run, that was a shame.
Yeah, that was a bad injury. All right, buddy, where are you going here?
Okay, my next pick, I'm going to see. I think I'm gonna go back to my tag teams. No, trying to think of who you're gonna try to take that I want. Oh, okay. I'm gonna take. Actually, I lied. I'm going back to my mid card again because I feel like you might take this. This is the next guy I want that I think you might take. I'm gonna put another heel on my mid card, and that is I'm gonna steal him from you so you can't create a great faction in your promotion. I want the King of Hearts, Owen Hart.
Okay, and you're taking him as a heel? Perfect.
I'm taking heel Owen.
That's the best Owen right there.
Yeah, Owen did a fucking fantastic job of being like the whiny heel. Like he did, I that too. Just the epitome. Like he was awesome as that. This Robert with Brett, great. The matches, the storyline, the promo. Like I said, the whiny Owen, one of the best heels of that era.
Absolutely, I can't agree more. Oh, that's a good pick. I want to go tag team, but I want to scoop up a few more mid card guys here. Fuck. Do I want him as a heel? There's so many mid card guys I can fill in, so I'm not really.
Oh, absolutely. There's so many good options. That's why it's like, unless there's really specific guys you want.
Let me look here. I'm gonna go with my first tag team here. Do I want to fill that out here? I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna go with my first tag team here. I'm gonna go with the Hardy Boys.
The Hardy Boys. There you go. I mean, that's basically like the Rock and Roll Express of the modern era. I mean, they are the premier, like, underdog babyface tag team, right? They could sell their asses off. They got spectacular aerial offense. You mentioned about Finn being your wife's favorite. The Hardy Boys were always like the act that attracted the most like female audience. Like chicks love Jeff Hardy for whatever reason, whatever it is about the look or the character or the move set. The Hardy Boys fucking groundbreakers, right? Like nobody was ever like them before, and everybody liked them after emulating them. I mean, look at like the Bucks. The joke. I mean, the joke is they're the Hardly Boys, right? Like
Yeah,
everyone can be the
absolutely.
Hardy Boys, but no one can be the Hardy Boys.
That's it. All right, buddy. Let's see your next pick, yo.
All right, my next one. I'm gonna stick with tag teams. Pick my heel adversaries for the Steiners, and that is going to be Tully Blanchard and Arn Anderson.
Oh, you're going old, eh? I like it.
Arn, baby. I look at it as a way like they're big enough, they're tough enough grapplers. They can tango with the Steiners. Probably still use underhanded tactics to get wins, but they're big enough you can buy them wrestling the Steiners. Plus, they can work smaller tag teams as well. They're my top heel team, Tully and Arn.
Okay. I'm gonna go with a different tag team here. They haven't been chosen yet anywhere on our boards, so I might as well scoop them up. I'm gonna go with the Mega Powers, Hogan and Macho Man.
Oh, that's a great fit. Oh my God! Are you putting the belt on them or?
I'm not too sure yet. I'm gonna see who I end up with here.
That's like the ultimate draw tag team. I mean, Macho Man can carry your matches. Don't get me wrong. It's not like they can't have good matches because Macho Man, one of the greatest workers of his time for sure. Hogan could also do his thing. I mean, Hulk Hogan could definitely hold his own in a tag match. And yeah, as long as Savage carries it. And I mean, there's no bigger draws of the 80s other than, I mean, nobody's a bigger draw than Hogan. Maybe Flair's a bigger draw than Macho Man, but probably the two biggest names of the 1980s on a tag team right there.
I agree with everything you just said, buddy. I think I like them here as my tag team. I think we both kind of wanted both those guys, but didn't know where they would fall. Maybe Macho would fall good.
Yeah.
Macho would fall good here, but not so much Hogan.
No, Hogan. You just can't. I mean, Hogan, if he's losing, it doesn't work, right? Like Hogan is either your top guy or nothing, right?
That's it.
So tag team division's a good way to put him in. He can win all his matches, but still not be forced into that main event title picture.
No, and you
never know.
He can
still cross over into it if he needed to.
Yeah, at some point he might make it there.
Exactly.
All right, buddy. Who are you taking?
Okay, I'm picking my first female. This is one that's going to surprise you, but I have to get her. My all-time favorite female wrestler. If you ask me on the spot who my all-time favorite female wrestler is, I might not name her. But when I have time to actually think about it, this is the person who I enjoyed their matches the most, enjoyed the specific feuds with them the most, and those feuds were in TNA. Okay. And that is my female champion, top heel, female, Awesome Kong.
Oh, I like it.
Lesnar of my female division.
She had a short stint in WWE, and then she got pregnant, and then I think had a miscarriage, and we never seen her again.
Yeah. Yeah, they were obviously going to push her to the moon, which doesn't say much because they didn't really have anything at the time, I don't think.
No.
But yeah, unfortunate circumstances basically made her run non-existent in WWE. But oh man, her work with Gail Kim and TNA is probably, I would say personally, my favorite. It's not the greatest or anything, but it's my favorite work of female wrestlers of all time.
I like it. I'm gonna counter you here with female.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with another heel. Her work, you're talking about great female work. Her work inspired so many great female wrestlers to come, and I'm talking about Rhea Ripley as well. Her matches with Alundra Blaze, unbelievable. She's been in All Japan. She's been in WWF. She's been in WCW. She's wrestled in Mexico.
Oh, I'm
gonna go with the 200-pounder. She's an amazing heel. She's amazing at telling a story. She's vicious. She looks vicious. I'm gonna go with Bull Nakano.
Oh, Bull Nakano. I didn't know if you're going Bull Nakano. I thought you were going Ashikam there.
No, I have her on my list here, but I can't lose this pick right
Bull
here.
Nakano, yeah, you can't go around Bull Nakano. Bull Nakano was too ahead of her time for WWE when she came in. Like, I don't think they weren't really ready to even take it that seriously, I don't think, in WWE
No,
yet.
the problem was the guys weren't ready for that. That was the issue.
Yeah.
Way
Like Luna lost in the shuffle because she didn't have like a sexy aesthetic, but fucking badass, great wrestler though.
Amazing wrestler.
I like that. It's a good like top female to push in your division that isn't like superly overly exposed in North America yet, but still like an absolute legend.
I like that pick. I wanted that pick bad, yo.
I like that. I'm going back to females again too, and I'm drafting another heel female, and that is going to be. I got to pair her up with her father and Tully and Arn and make a new age 4 horsemen, and that is Charlotte Flair.
Woo! Great pick. Honestly, one of the greatest females ever. You could put her name to Rick all you want. She is fantastic.
Yeah, and what a perfect combination of like she's able to still like be a tribute to her father, play up the Flair thing, and still she's not riding his coattails. She's completely her own thing. She's got her own style.
Yep.
Like, yeah, incredible. Almost like a modern version of Rick, to be honest, just without a wiener. Which is really, if you think about it, the penis was Ric Flair's greatest weakness. So without that, really, Charlotte's better.
That's it.
How much trouble did Ric Flair's genitals get him in over the years?
I'm gonna go with another female here. I didn't know we had 8 choices here, so I'm gonna go with a face. Obviously, I have 2 big body heels. I'm gonna go with a high flying face. I'm gonna go with Lita.
Great pick. Lita, I mean, her and Trish were hand in hand the 2 biggest stars of our childhood growing up in female wrestling. Completely revolutionized it. Really, they're the first ones that we saw be taken very seriously. I mean, when we started watching wrestling, they were in an era where women were mostly used for TNA, right? Like tits and ass, right? They were sprayed around because of the way they looked. Lita, I mean Trish, but especially Lita, really pushed through that boundary. I mean, the first main event on Raw, Lita and Trish, the female wrestlers, like
and
the
we're
first
talking
female main
about
event on Raw, whatever.
An era that was dominated by, The Rock, Austin, and Lita was getting a pop louder than them.
Yeah, man. That's insane, dude. Can you imagine the think of that? That's wild.
Unbelievable. Great talent. What can I say about Lita, yo? I can put her in a heel form, but with what I got right now, she'd be perfect as that face that the fans can get behind. I like that pick here of Lita.
on the WWE how badly they shamed her in their booking on her way out.
Oh yeah. Remember when Primetime robbed her locker and found that dildo?
Yeah, exactly. Shame on them. One of the greatest wrestlers in the history of their company. Okay, I'm sticking with the females, and I'm sticking with the blue. You know who I'm picking. My first crush as a child, Trish Stratus.
Absolutely.
I mean, she's the epitome of a babyface female wrestler. She could work, and god damn did she have the look. God damn did she have the look.
Buddy, we already talked about it before, the amount of times Lita and Trish had made my pee-pee go bing bing. Buddy.
Dude, I remember my birthday. My dad took me to see WrestleMania 20, which was a fucking dud, by the way, at the movie theater.
Oh, I was gonna say you went live. I was gonna say, oh.
No. Yeah, I shouldn't have led with live. That sounds a lot more interesting. No, at the movie theater, and they gave out a Trish Stratus poster on the way into the theater. Oh my god, did that make my preteen and early teenage years a lot better?
I wish I went to 18. I wish my parents' neighbor went to 18. He was behind the Titantron, but he still went.
Oh my god! Wow, they just sell any ticket, eh? Behind the Titantron, Jesus.
Hogan and The Rock. That was a fucking. I don't even care. That match was amazing, man.
You didn't even need to see it. If you were just there to hear the pop, that'd be good enough.
That's it. Man, I'm gonna stick again in the female division. I'm gonna go with a superstar who's gonna be a face, and she's gonna go right against Rhea and Bull perfectly. I'm gonna go with Bianca Belair.
Ooh, Bianca Belair. One of the best young wrestlers that they have in WWE now. One of the best physical athletes for a female wrestler ever, wouldn't you say?
Oh yeah, she is a monster. So is her boyfriend. I don't know if it's her husband, Montez Ford. That frog splash that guy does. Oh my god, where did these guys come from?
I know, they just build athletes different these days. I mean, I think she was some sort of decorated, I don't know if collegiate or just high school. I think collegiate, like hurdler, I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, she is. Yeah, she's a monster, man.
Ooh, she's got the booty to prove it too. Woo.
Yeah, oh yeah, she is a beast.
So we're really starting to fill out our female divisions now.
Yeah, we're just
going with that, or I think I might move away from the female division for a minute, and I might I'm going to draft a little bit of personality and a little bit of change of tempo into my wrestling in my mid card. And I'm going to draft a heel, Cactus Jack.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah, I'm thinking more like maybe I like that WCW Cactus Jack, where he's like wrestling Vader. He's got that Wild Man shirt, not like the Wanted shirt, but he's got that like cut off, like barbarian style shirt. I like that era Cactus.
I like that thing. I was gonna take Mankind, but you took him.
Oh, there we go.
All right. I'm not so much gonna counter your Cactus Jack because I really can't. But I'm gonna go with a high flyer here. I'm gonna go with Rob Van Dam.
You know, I was looking to get him at some point. His like martial arts style fit in with like my MMA kind of thing. So you know he was on my list. Oh, I was worried. I was like, I wanted to get him, but I'm like, maybe I should take Cactus first. You might take Cactus before.
That was good because I was just gonna take Mankind next.
Oh, you were just gonna say okay. Well, either way, you took one of my guys. I like that pick, the RVD. I mean, RVD, AJ Styles, RVD, Seth Rollins, RVD, Finn Balor. All those.
It's a lineup here. We both have great lineups. I like your mid card, but it's kind of looking like a main card. Your mid.
I know it's pretty stacked.
All right, buddy.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to tag teams. I think Gonna draft my second heel tag team. My opinion, my biased opinion again, greatest tag team of all time. Definitely the greatest of the 80s, the Midnight Express.
Oh, you're going old with the tag teams.
Damn right. I mean, that was a era where they just did tag team wrestling better. I mean, WWE
You don't
never.
you don't want the new Midnight Express with Bob Holly?
Oh God, who's the other guy again? Who's that Gunn or something?
I can't remember what the fuck they were
Christ,
called.
Bart Gunn. Bart Gunn.
Was it Bart Gunn in there? Oh shit.
What? Oh no. Bob Holly and Al Snow? Was that what it was?
I don't think it was Al Snow, was it?
I can't remember. Which should be forgotten, I'm pretty sure.
I don't remember.
But yeah, either iteration of the Midnight Express are excellent. I think I like the in-ring work of Bobby Eaton and Dennis Kadri, but I think personality-wise, I just like the combination of Bobby Eaton and Stan Lane. I think just the aesthetic. Bobby Eaton being kind of like a round, ugly-looking redneck guy. I think like Stan Lane being a clean-cut, like handsome dude. I think it's a better aesthetic. Plays off Bobby Eaton a little bit better. So I'm gonna go Stan Lane, Bobby Eaton, Midnight Express.
I like it, yo. All right, I'm gonna stick with my main mid card here. Ooh, there's some big names I have here still. Big names.
Ones. Big ones of old and new.
Holy fuck, there's some big names. I'm gonna go with a guy that has reinvented himself. I think, we talk about WWE being predictable. I thought predictable was a good thing. Saying this year, I thought this man should have been the WWE champion. I think predictability again would have worked here. We were all expecting it. WWE gave us that curveball. But I'm gonna go with Cody Rhodes.
Cody Rhodes, excellent pick. Cody Rhodes just
I'm just gonna put C. I'm gonna put C Rhodes because I don't have much room here.
Yeah. Cody. I mean, he can work a good match with pretty much any style. He's one of the few like guys in the modern wrestling where you have just like endless faith in them to call a match too. I think, and I think they were really miss his leadership in the AEW locker room. Obviously, it seemed like things kind of divulged their relationships between him and other people there, but I think they really miss his presence there. I think he really legitimized that promotion, and goddamn, what a gem for WWE to steal back. I mean, WWE never treated the guy properly. He leaves, makes himself into a main event star, and then they just get to reap the reward of it after.
That's it. And he comes back with his song, his gimmick he created. Man, has he put in the work and become such a fucking great storyteller. Predictability was a good thing. I thought he was going to win it. I was actually very upset when he didn't because I thought they rode off in the sunset perfectly. I was calling for a Kevin Owens, a Sami Zayn to come in and interrupt, and they did, and I was perfect. I loved the swerve though of Solo. I didn't see that coming. Man, all roads lead back to Roman Reigns. Hopefully, it's probably Vince's idea. Let's put him with Brock. Put him with Brock and see what the kid's got.
100% that's Vince. 100% that's Vince. That is definitely Vince.
So we'll see what happens if he can go 2-0 on Brock. He's ready 3-0 on Rollins. We'll see what happens. He will be a champion.
Great wrestler, terrible tattoo.
Agreed.
Let's see. I'm going back to my mid card. I'm grabbing another guy that can hold it down work wise. he can cut an okay promo, but he's mostly there for his work. I might pair him up with a manager later on, and that'll be the absolute flawless work of Mr. Perfect Kurt Hennig.
I like it.
I think. I mean, can you imagine Hennig and Orton? Whew, whew.
That'd be a good one. Oh yeah.
So yeah, Kurt Hennig in my mid card. Him and Owen too. Oh man.
Oh yeah. I like that. I like it.
All right, what do you got next? I still got a main event spot. I just realized.
You forgot about that. I'm gonna go to. He took those fuckers already. He took. I can't. Oh no, I can still draft those guys. Who would I want to take here? I'm gonna go to my tag team and I'm gonna just get them off the board now. I'm gonna take FTR.
Oh, one of my favorites. Definitely my favorite tag team of recent years. FTR, a throwback. They're like a smaller Tully and Arn out there. I fucking love FTR. They can work with anybody. They got absolutely duped out of their storyline with the Young Bucks because the Young Bucks didn't want to get exposed that they can't work by FTR.
Super kick.
FTR.
Super kick. Super kick. Double super kick.
Oh god.
What's your quick thought? What's your thoughts on every superstar doing the super kick now?
Oh, it's terrible. I can't stand that shit. Like that would never happen in old school wrestling. In old school wrestling, you went to a locker room and started doing other people's moves like that and turning other people's finishers and just standard moves. They would just beat your ass and you'd never do it again.
We're talking about a guy also. One of our, you even said it before. You thought he was going to be, the next CM Punk type guy, Kevin Owens. But this guy does the stunner, does the swanton, super kick. We've seen him do the pedigree, and they're now just signatures that people kick out of. These moves have no meaning anymore.
Nothing.
No meaning to legendary finishers. And we're talking about a guy everyone loves. Personally, I don't really care for him. He'd be a good guy actually in this mid card.
Yeah.
And I like to call him Sean Gunn because he's just he's basically just Shawn Michaels. He ripped off Shawn Michaels and Billy Gunn, and that's Dolph Ziggler.
Dolph Ziggler, yeah. He's basically outstanding seller though.
Yeah, he's basically Shawn Michaels and Billy Gunn. He took all their moves.
Yeah, basically, yeah. You could definitely see the direct influence of both those guys on him. Yeah, aesthetically, like Billy Gunn.
He is a great seller, and he probably deserved to have a U.S. title run, like a long one. But that's probably the best he's gonna do. But I will say, if he gets released, AEW will be right there with a contract.
Yeah, and man, he'd be a great selection for a jobber. He would sell for your other guys like him.
That is a good selection for a jobber.
Yeah. All right, my next one, I am going to go back to tag teams. I'm going to draft my second babyface tag team. They'll also contend for that tag team title with the Steiners, with Pelly Anderson, with the Midnight Express. They'll be my slightly smaller tag team, so they'll predominantly work with the Midnight Express, also work with Pelly and Arn. And that'll be Davey Boy Smith and the British Bulldog.
I was just going to pick those guys.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with the British Bulldogs. I mean...
No, you're getting power and finesse.
Exactly.
I like that. All right. What do I got here? Oh, I already got 3 heel face tag. Okay. So I'm going to go... I don't think it matters if I go heel or face, but I'm going to go here, tag team. I'm gonna go. I'm going more newer school. I'm assuming you're probably gonna have the Von Erichs, the Freebirds, Legion of Doom,
I was thinking
Demolition.
about LOD.
Demolition.
Not Demolition. There's Lady. Although I love what's his face? The guy who's Crusher Crucive. He was a good worker.
I'm gonna go here with the heel tag team, and I gotta take them. I'm gonna go with the Usos.
Are all your tag teams? All the other tag teams are baby faces, right? So Usos your first heel.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I like.
I just noticed that now, so I gotta pick it.
I really like the Usos. I mean, I know a lot of people in like over the last 10 years have like complained about overexposure. That's just the case with a lot of the talent in WWE. They do that's just inevitable. The Usos unbelievably talented, babyface or heels. Love their heel work. They seem way more legit. They're able to be themselves. They're way more cool when they're heels. There's like
I love
gangster
Jimmy and
aesthetic.
Jay. I love Jimmy and Jay. They're doing some good things. Uh,
Yeah, man.
Before they lost the title, I actually thought that Swerve should have went differently. I thought Sammy should have at least won one of the titles, and then you do a split. I thought Sammy should have. It was working towards a Sami Zayn heel turn, and then Jay should have turned on Roman at that time to help Sammy win the title. That's
Yeah,
what should have happened. Again, that's just us going fantasy booking what we wanted to
fantasy
really
booking it.
see.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it didn't, and that's okay because they're tag team champions now. All right, buddy. Who's next?
All right. My next pick. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna finish off my main card.
Are
I'm
you
just
gonna
gonna get
put
it out of the way
Val
with. This is a
Val
guy
Venus?
I don't think. Hey,
You gonna put Val Venus?
Val Venus. Have you ever seen him? He's like one of the most like avid conspiracy guys online nowadays. It's like, what
Is
happened
he?
to you? I knew it more when you were just a porn star. But yeah, mine are random. My main event picture with the guy I was waiting on taking him because I knew you weren't going to take him. One of my absolute favorite wrestlers of all time. When I got into his wrestling, like it really opened my eyes to like a different style. Really enjoyed it. Don't think it's necessarily the best style to actually do on your body. He's the evidence of it. Man sacrificed everything for wrestling, literally died in the ring. And that's Mitsuharu Misawa, my favorite Japanese wrestler of all time.
I like that pick.
I mean, he's a big dude. He's believable as a main eventer. The guy can take insane damage, and the guy took an entire career being suplexed on his head. Love Mizawa. Love his work with Kobashi. Love his work with Vader. Just love Mizawa in general.
Yeah, Vader
Yeah,
would be a
big
good pick.
face.
Vader
Mizawa.
would have been a good pick for the main event too. Big Van Vader.
Okay.
Big Van
Yeah,
Vader would have been great.
I was definitely strongly considering Vader, but it was just if you took Lesnar, Vader might have made it in there. But as long as Lesnar was available, he just fills that role.
Okay, I'm gonna go. I think this tag team here works good, but I don't know if you're gonna take them. I don't want to put them there. Don't want to put them there. I need a heel tag team. They're a heel. I don't want them. But then mid card, I could fill it out here quick with somebody.
Here, will you make this pick? I'm running to pee because I'm too many beers deep. Give me 1 sec.
Go. I'm gonna go. Let's see here. I will take them here.
All right, what's the pick?
I'm gonna go with the mid card. It's between him and him. I wonder if I'm able to get this guy later on. I don't know if you're gonna take him though. I think once I take this pick, you're gonna take the guy I want. Nah, fuck it. I'm gonna go with this guy. I'm gonna go mid card. I'm gonna go King of the World Y2J.
Ooh, good pick. Good pick. I wasn't actually. I wasn't even thinking about Jericho because I don't know about you, but I've been so turned off Jericho in the recent years. I can't stand his work in AEW.
I
I
know.
literally want to change the channel, see him like midlife crisis, fat Jericho. But I mean, in his prime, when our childhood, Jericho was the fucking man. He was like the total package, could wrestle, cut an unbelievable promo. Yeah, Jericho was the fucking man.
Yeah, I had three guys I wanted to take there, but I want to take Y2J. I think I get a lot of good matches out of him right here.
Absolutely. Pair him up with anybody on your mid card and you've got a good match. You can move him up to your main event and he works with all those guys too.
All right, buddy, who you taking?
Okay, I am going to see. Am I even this? Okay, I got 4 heels, 4 baby faces on the mid card. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna start rounding out my mid card. I'm gonna draft my last baby face. No, I lied. I lied. I'm going to the tag team.
I know who you're gonna pick.
Adding a tag team to pair with my main event talent and create a faction. They also fit the general theme of my promotion being pretty legit wrestlers themselves collegiately, and that is the world's greatest tag team, Benjamin and Haas.
I like that one. I like it.
And I team them up with, I'll have them babyface, team them up with my babyface Kurt Angle. They can give him backup against Ric Flair and the Four Horsemen, against Brock Lesnar and his manager or whatever. But yeah, my 5th tag team is world's greatest tag team.
I think your tag team division is a lot better than mine. I don't like this Mega Powers here. I think they're gonna work though, so I'm gonna have to add in another smaller heel tag team. I feel that they can control, and I'm gonna go off the board here, and I'm gonna select. I'm going to. Man, I want these guys too, but they just don't fit in my tag team. Sorry, boards. I got high flying. I got 2 guys that are powerful. I got 2 guys that can work anything. Another group that can work anybody. Um, I'm thinking, yo. No, you know what? I'm gonna put them as a heel, an ultimate heel. I'm gonna go off the board. I'm gonna take them. I'm gonna go with ECW's Impact Players.
Impact players. Wait, who's that? Is that?
I'm gonna take Lance Storm and Justin Incredible.
Oh, Lance Storm, just incredible. Nice. You also, by taking that pick too, you have the potential to have Lance turn face or something with Jericho and switch to the Thrill Seekers too.
Yeah.
You got some versatility in that pick as well.
And I wanted to.
Ooh, they were good against FTR too in the Hardys. Hardys and FTR, they played perfectly with both those teams.
Yeah, and I wanted to kind of add in something different with heel Bret Hart, and I wanted to add him and the Impact Players together.
There you go. It's like almost like a new version of Hart Foundation because you got Canadians and.
I think that's gonna fit. I have a team here I really want. I just don't know, honestly, how they fit in. So I'm not gonna take them. I wanted to take them here with the Mega Powers, but Hogan Hogan and Randy weren't there, but I like that combination of power, and Randy can do it all. So I'll keep that.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, buddy.
Tag team division because all the teams are even. Like you could have the mega powers kind of run over all these teams. They're bigger than them all. They're like the monsters, the big bad boys of the division, the top guys, the biggest stars. But all those other tag teams like are so even. They're like battling neck and neck for a chance with them, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like I have a few guys I want to take here. The next guys I want to take, but they won't. I don't want to draft them because it doesn't make sense.
No. Trying to think of who you're thinking of, but I don't know.
Actually, I'm probably gonna take them next. If you don't take them, it makes sense because I want to match up this team with them. So we'll see. We'll see.
I'm pretty sure I'm not taking whoever you're thinking because I think my idea for my last tag team I don't think you're gonna think of, to be honest. But I'm gonna go to women. I think on the next pick. I want to lock some of them up before they're all gone. I'm gonna go heel again, actually,
Yeah,
and I'm going to add a heel Victoria.
I like that pick.
Yeah, I think her work with Trish was always good. If Trish is going to be my main baby face, I think Victoria is someone who she can regularly work with on television, and then save matches with Charlotte and Awesome Kong for pay-per-view.
I agree. That's a good pick. I'm gonna go to women's as well here. I got a heel marker in my hand. Let me see. But I'm actually gonna go face here. I'm gonna go. I have too small. I'm gonna go face. Do I want to face? Ooh, it's tough. You had such a good run. Oh no, I got eight. I got eight available. Okay. Shit. I'm gonna go with a face. I want to go 2000 to 2001 China.
Ooh, you got big star power there.
I know she was, I know she wasn't the cleanest worker, but China versus Rhea Ripley sounds pretty good.
Yeah. China versus Rhea Ripley, China versus Bull Nakano.
Yeah, I like China there as that's a WrestleMania match right there.
Yeah, you definitely have enough talent to carry her in the match, and then like you have all the benefit of China as a draw too.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with that.
I'm gonna go back to females, and I am going to draft my final heel female, and that's going to be, as a child, my favorite heel female wrestler, and that's Molly Holly.
Okay, so you don't want to take superhero Molly Holly, eh?
No, not Super Molly. No, I like the short hair. Basically, she was basically wearing a t-shirt and yoga pants. Like she was just like bare bones, just whoop your ass wrestler kind of thing.
I'm gonna stick with the women's division. I'm gonna go with a heel, and I'm gonna take Asuka.
Ooh, Asuka. Love Asuka. I was always a huge fan of Asuka ever since she came over. Her and what was the chick that they had her paired with for a while there? The little one before she left.
Kira Sane or something?
Kairi Sane. Yeah, I love both those chicks. Yeah. Maybe I shouldn't shit on Meltzer for always picking the Japanese wrestlers. Maybe he knows something I don't know. Probably not, though. Probably not. Alrighty. I gonna go back to females again. I'm gonna draft my next baby face, and that's gonna be another one I enjoyed greatly as a child. Mentioned her early in Awesome Kong, and that's Toronto's own Gail Kim.
I was just gonna take Gail Kim.
Gail Kim, good, like, great baby face, like, good worker, and man, super attractive woman, too.
Oh yeah, she's gorgeous.
Really, WWE really wasted her, I thought. TNA got a lot more out of her, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, they didn't know what to do with her.
Yeah,
They
no.
didn't know what to do with her. No, I think I've heard an interview when they were just like, you chew this, you chew that. Even Angelina Love, like when they had her, like, do you eat?
Yeah.
Are you okay? It's
Yeah.
like,
Oh, God.
oh, fuck, that's fun, All right, I'm gonna go with the women's division here to try to fill it out. I got face, face, face. I need a face who can work. Um, wait, put her to this picture. She can work, but she hasn't done much lately. Need a happy-go-lucky face here. Fuck. That fucking young kid I told you just rang my doorbell. I'm not going out there. No, it's too bad, yo.
Oh,
What time is
it.
it?
You need it. It's like 12. It's like quarter after 12, 20 after 12.
No, now my dog's barking, yo.
Look at that. This guy's trying to interrupt our here.
Fuck's sakes.
Tell your mom to unlock the door, kid.
What's he doing out this late? He's like fucking 12.
Yeah, nobody even knows what we're talking about right now. It's okay, no one's watching.
I'm gonna go with a face Alexa Bliss.
Ooh, face Alexa Bliss. Man, Alexa Bliss for a while there. She was my favorite female wrestler. Did not dig when they just tried to turn her into female Bray Wyatt, but
No, that didn't work at all.
Yeah, Alexa Bliss definitely has some high points, and she has like a creepishly large group of like weird incel fans that just love her to death, like to a disturbing level.
Oh yeah, you know who I really like too? Sonya Deville. I like Sonya Deville.
Sonya Deville, another, and she like comes off as like a badass too. Yeah, a lot of talented females in wrestling these days.
Yeah, I wanted Gail Kim, but he took Gail Kim.
I'm sticking to females again. I'm grabbing a female who maybe has more crossover appeal into the mainstream than any female I've mentioned so far. Dream matchup to pair up with Charlotte. And then somebody to maybe tag up with Trish Stratus in main events of my weekly TV, and that is Wendy Richter.
Oh, you're going Randy Richter.
Yeah, Wendy Richter. I mean, she could have been the Hulk Hogan of females, but just she asked Vince for too much money at the wrong time, and Vince basically pulled the rug out from under her feet. But between the Cyndi Lauper stuff, like she was on her way to
yeah, she was on
one of the biggest stars in wrestling, really.
All right, I'm gonna fill out. Oh, there's my doggy. I'm gonna fill out my females with the greatest Japan female wrestler. I'm gonna go with Satomura here.
Ooh, look at you! You actually got a fair bit of Japanese talent there, eh?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Satomura here.
Is it 3?
I'm gonna go with Satomura here. That finishes. I think I got a good mix of strong, very strong heels with very likable faces here. I think there's a good mix here for me.
I like it. You cover a lot of bases there. You got high flyers. You got a couple bruisers thrown in there, some grapplers.
Yeah, it's just filling out the last two are gonna be a little tricky for me. I'm gonna try to wrap it up in my next couple picks here.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Some even for heels and faces in my mid card.
My next pick here is gonna shock you, I think.
Is it my pick or your pick?
It's your pick.
My pick, yeah. This.
Hold on. Yo, make your pick. Let me see if this poor kid's inside yet.
Okay.
Fuck.
My pick is go back to my mid card. I got lots of guys that are excellent workers. So I'm gonna get a guy, all-time great promo. Definitely picking him as a heel. And that is Roddy Piper, baby. I mean, Piper is like, shouldn't have been able to be as big of a star as he was in 80s wrestling. He's about 80 pounds too small to be as popular as he was in WWE. Didn't stop him. Got a gift for gab. Super clever dude. Great hateable heel. Really reinvented the heel promo. Roddy Piper, my last heel pick for my mid card.
I like that, Roddy Piper. That was your last one?
Well, my last heel pick.
Oh, heel. Okay.
My mid card is gonna be babyface.
All right.
Keep the numbers even.
Him and Goldust was a sick fight, yo.
Oh, absolutely, dude. Yeah. I mean, he kind of like was done before that like hardcore brawling era started, but he would have suited Attitude Era matches really well.
Yeah. Piper on the mic though.
Oh, unbelievable. He was able to even do some. He's even have moments even in the worst of WCW.
All right, my next pick here, I'm gonna go way off the board. I don't think you've ever seen this come in. Just like your Ken Shamrock pick, I'm going ultimate potential with this pick here. He's gonna be my U.S. champion. I thought WCW dropped the ball here. Yeah, it's something special here. I'm gonna darken it up a lot more when he's on my roster. I'm gonna take Alex Wright as Berlin.
Oh wow, Berlin! Look at that. I'm not as familiar with Berlin, the character. Like,
he was a cool looking German style character, but he just wasn't dark enough. He had a good entry, everything. But I'm gonna turn him dark. I'm gonna turn him to a badass heel.
Right.
Alex Wright had a good size. He has a good moveset. I'm gonna turn him into my U.S. champion. I like him here. It's ultimate potential right here.
Yeah, the fact that it speaks to the guy's talent. The fact that he was able to stay on television after like that weird like dancing gimmick that they gave him.
Yeah.
God, WCW, what were they thinking sometimes?
I like this here. It's ultimate potential. I have a lot of stars.
Yeah, you might as well have a project guy, right?
I like that. He's going to be my U.S. champ. I'll put that here. U.S. That's my U.S. champion. And I have another pick here. 2 picks here. That doesn't make sense. Oh, this kid's still at the door, though.
Oh, my God. What the heck?
Okay, hold on. Entertain the fans while I be back.
Okay. All right. What are we going to do? How about we talk about modern wrestling? How about that? You see my picks on here, right? You see predominantly a lot of old school wrestling, right? I don't get what the deal is with the modern shit. Like, we talked about the finishers, the high spots, like supposed to be simulated combat, right? I don't get the shit where it's just gymnastics at all. I'm not none of that in my promotion. Strictly the rules of my promotion, you're only gonna get coming off the top rope maybe once or twice a show. So it seems special. That's the most important thing about wrestling. Everybody knows it's fake, right? But you still can't rub it in their face that it's fake. You gotta take it serious still, right? And it's like you have all these high spots, you have all these ridiculous stories. It just makes the whole thing into a joke. Not only does it, like, when you go see a movie, you know Guardians of the Galaxy is fake. But you don't have them breaking the fourth wall in the middle of the movie where Drax is going, yeah, I'm actually Dave Bautista or some shit like that. And that's how wrestling needs to take themselves just as serious as any other fiction. But they've gone away from that. They've just accepted this fact that, like, wrestling isn't real. So we're just going to treat it like an open canvas where you can do anything. But there was a reason why guys like Bret Hart and shit protected the business. They knew it was about the longevity. We glorify an era like the Attitude Era. It brought in so many views and stuff. It's the reason why guys like me and Chris got into wrestling. But at the same time, they blew their fucking wad. These guys, they booked the most ridiculous of storylines over and over, week to week, trying to go bigger, trying to go more ridiculous every week. And it got to a point where you couldn't top it until you're doing storylines with Kane having sex with corpses and shit like that. Just horrible television. And that's where it led to. And I feel like people understand that when it comes to the storylines now, but people still don't really get that when it comes to the work. Like, if you just do fucking everything in your match, none of it matters. Like, we were talking about Bret Hart. Bret Hart got taken, third overall in this draft? I've never seen Bret Hart do a fucking moonsault in my life. And he doesn't need to. I mean, Bret Hart's, if he does a leg sweep or a drop kick, means more than half the modern guys doing a 450. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm sure this is probably nothing that most wrestling fans haven't heard. Oh, there's Chris from other old school fans. But that's just where my mentality's at. There you go. I entertained while you were gone, ranting about wrestling.
Okay, no, that was weird. He got inside somehow. He knocked on my door, and then he said, "Someone's in my house. Can you come in?"
What the
So
fuck?
I had to go in his house and look around.
Was there someone in his house? Oh my god. The kid is literally living, you know, the 7 promos when Goldust went to WCW? That's what thing. He's going to his bed and 7's at the window.
Oh, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3.
Wait, so what was the last pick? Was it Berlin or was it Piper? It was Berlin, right?
Berlin, yeah. That phases out my top there.
I'm going to wrap up my tag team division with a pick that I don't think you would think of. One of a kind of a what if. I feel like they weren't together long enough. Variations of the faction were, but this combination of guys weren't together long enough. I'm going with the Varsity Club, but I'm going specifically with one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, another super legit guy, Dr. Death, Steve Williams, and Mike Rotundo. That combination.
Okay.
So Dr. Death, Rotundo, heel faction to fill out my tag team division.
I like that. So the Dudley Boys don't make it on your list, eh?
No, I thought about the Dudleys, but I thought Dr. Death and Rotundo just work perfectly with the Steiners. Like, it's just a much better combination, I think, for my division. I think the result in the matches are better. I think the Dudleys would bring more personality, but at the end of the day, my promotion is about hard-hitting action in the ring, and Bubba can't wrestle to save his life.
That's it. So I'm going to finish off my tag team here. There's a few guys here I like. I like what the Hardy Boys bring. I need a heel team. I like these 3 can work together. I think anyone can kind of work with the Mega Powers, with the Usos carrying the match, the Hardy Boys carrying the match, even the Impact players carrying the match.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to go with the heel team. I'm going to put them as my champion. And I want to run my first program with them and the Mega Powers. I'm going to go with a tag team here that literally changed professional wrestling. I'm going to go with my champions here, Mega Heels. I'm going to go with the Outsiders.
Ooh, the Outside. That's a perfect team. That is the perfect pick to pair against the Mega Powers. That is perfect. You got dastardly heels, lots of size. You got Nash. He's got size over Hogan. Hall probably has size over Oh yeah, Hall's definitely bigger than Savage.
Oh yeah,
So
how big?
that's beauty. That's a perfect pick. I know, like you were probably for a second, you're like, shit. The like you were saying, like the Mega Powers, they don't necessarily mold with all these guys, but that is a perfect way to round it out. That
That's how
brings
I
a team in that can work with them perfectly and work with all the other teams too.
that's how I had to do because I needed someone to be able to work with these guys. If I have the outsiders as my champion, I think that works good. I had other teams on here. Obviously, I was looking at the British Bulldogs.
Right?
I had the Von Erichs. I wanted Kerry and Kevin.
That'd be a good
I had the
team. I think
I
you
had
got
the
the right
free
choice though.
yeah, I had the Freebirds.
Freebirds
Um,
wouldn't be bad either. Freebirds versus Mega Powers would be like wouldn't be bad. You got the Terry Gordy in there with the size and stuff. Like,
I had Money Inc. I had Million
oh
Dollar
yeah,
Man, RS. I wanted them. I also wanted this team, but they just didn't work out in my list. I wanted. I don't even want to say it because you might pick one of these guys next. But I wanted Booker T and Goldust. I like that combination of those two.
that was a good team. Harlem Heat too, right? Like,
Yeah, I have Harlem Heat here. And I thought this was gonna make a cool thing on your list here as a fun tag team, the Gangstas, but they didn't get it.
oh, the Gangsters, yeah, New Jack's promos and stuff, yeah.
Even
The guys that fell off my list for tag teams were
good old
I
Tool
like
Tool and the
a couple.
Outlaws.
Oh yeah, the Outlaws. Definitely thought you were going to take the Outlaws at some point.
The thing that
I
fucked me up is when they took the Mega Powers, but none of us took Hogan and fucking Savage, so
well,
someone had to take them.
I knew no one was going to take Hogan, and I was pretty sure no one was going to take Savage because they're both too big to not put them in like main events. And it's like we were going to take better workers than Hogan and different
Yeah,
people than Savage.
in this era though, I can put them here.
Yeah, I think so.
They're
You
gonna
could just
feud.
propel your tag team division on the like your tag team division could be like the equivalent of the main event pick. You know what I mean? Like your tag team champions could be like just as big of a deal as the main event champion.
That's it. All right, buddy. We only got a few more. I only have one more mid carder to fill out here, and I think
Yeah, same here. And I'm going to
gonna be a
fill
fade.
that out. I'm going to fill mine out with the perfect baby face to match up with Cactus, one of the all-time greats, Terry Funk.
Nice.
And I feel like that gives another little dimension to my promotion because all my guys are very traditional wrestlers. Funk and Cactus can do that, but also I can pair them up together and have no DQ hardcore style that I don't normally have on the program.
I like that. You took a lot of the older guys. I like that.
Yeah.
You took old style wrestling. Okay. Let me go here. Let me see what I got here. I'm gonna go heel. And I already got Roman. I already got the Usos. I'm gonna take Paul Heyman.
Ooh, first manager off the board. Big one. Arguably the greatest manager of all time. Not just greatest manager of all time, but I mean, people I guess have mixed opinions of him as a booker. I think most of that comes down to financials. I think he's a fantastic booker. You talk about the ECW stuff, but we mentioned earlier the SmackDown. I mean, he was the brain behind the prime of SmackDown television. He was the guy booking all those angles and stuff. Not to take credit away from the wrestlers, but yeah, Paul Heyman, one of the greatest minds in wrestling ever. And
Like
Mouse.
yep. I think that works with them. So now I got these three are gonna be a menace here. Running over my roster. I still gotta fill out number 10 here. I need a face to go with all that. We'll see what I got hidden here.
I as well am going to jump to managers now. I'm going to take another guy who's arguably the greatest manager of all time. I have to have him. I already got his team in there. My boy, Jim Cornette.
I knew you were gonna take Corny.
Corny, I mean, I am a huge. I mean, for years I listened to his podcast, Fucking love Corny. Love Corny.
Jim Cornette.
Hey?
Jimmy Cornette.
Jimmy Cornette. They say that he likes to watch wrestlers bang his wife, too. But I don't know if that's true.
I could see that. I could see that.
Like, you'd like to see it? Because his wife's pretty fat. I wouldn't like to see it.
No, I don't want to see that shit. Okay, there's a couple guys I have named here, but obviously I filled out too many heels.
I feel like you have more heels than faces, right? Like, you don't want more faces than heels, but I feel like you can have more heels than faces.
I like heels more. I like
Yeah,
heels
and well,
more.
heels typically like lose more, right? Because at the end of the story, traditionally the good guy wins. So like, I feel like you need a lot of time. You do need more heels than faces.
But I really want to go off the board here and make this another pick here for ultimate potential. I think this guy has looks and everything, but I don't know if I want to do that. I could go ultimate potential, make him a face. But I also want to give this guy a shot because I love him. And he's not that good. But I love him. And I think he's cool.
It's your promotion. It's your promotion.
So with my I don't want to do that because it's a weird pick. Because I have a lot of guys on here that fuck.
Well, I have no mid carders left, so unless you're worried about me taking them as a manager, a GM, or a jobber, you're pretty safe.
No, I have guys. I can say it. I have Ricky Steamboat. I have
He's on
Okada.
mine too. I can't believe I didn't take Steamboat.
I have Okada. I have Ospreay. I have Jake Roberts.
Dude, any modern wrestling fan that's watching is like, oh my god, no one's taking Omega or Okada.
Yeah.
These guys don't know wrestling.
I have Christian Cage.
Ooh, another good one. You got Edge too already too.
I have Rey Mysterio.
Ooh, Mysterio.
I can't believe this. I can't believe I didn't take him. I had Raven.
Ooh, Raven, one of my favorites. Not only the greatest worker in the world, but personality wise.
I have DDP. Let me see. I need a face.
Still there? Did you lose me?
No, I got you.
Okay. Mine tripped out. It says we're only 10 seconds in.
No, mine says 2:17. We're okay.
Oh. I disconnected.
I'm gonna go. I want to go ultimate potential here. I think this guy has great potential, but I need someone to compete with Kane.
Oh, you need size.
So I'm gonna go with size, and I'm gonna take a face, Drew McIntyre.
Ooh, that's a good one. Drew and Kane. Drew and Prime Kane. I like that. Let's see other heels. Let's see Drew and Seth. Good match. I like that.
I didn't want to take him though, but
not everything, right? I
wanted to
he's
go
one of
with
those guys who was anointed right from the beginning by Vince, which really is kind of it seems like,
but I wanted to go potential. I was gonna go potential ultimate with Mark Jindrak. I like Mark Jindrak.
Yeah.
I was gonna go potential there. That's a guy that has the look, he has the ability, and he really took off in Puerto Rico. I don't know if you ever seen any of his stuff in Puerto Rico. Did you ever watch any of that?
No.
And another guy that I really wanted to pick but didn't make my list was a guy I watched a lot growing up in backyard wrestling. And no, you know what? I'm not going to say it. I'm going to say him next. He's going to be one of my jobbers. He did make it.
Okay.
He did make it.
Okay, I like that. I'm sticking with managers. I'm taking you got Heyman. You got Heyman. I got Cornette. I'm taking the other guy. So now all the goats are taken up. I'm taking Bobby the Brain Heenan.
You taking Bobby the Brain?
I'm taking Bobby the Brain, and I'm starting up the Heenan family. You got Cornette, so you got Heyman, so I'm starting up the Heenan family and his first family member, Brock Lesnar, and I don't know after that, some other heels.
So you're gonna take him. I'm gonna take a face manager here. I'm gonna go with someone that's gonna help the Mega Powers talk a little bit more. I'm gonna go with the mouth of the South. I'm gonna go with Jimmy Hart.
Jimmy Hart. Jimmy Hart was actually in our town like not that long ago, a few months back, at the fiance's old workplace. The fiance just casually says to me, "Do you know who Jimmy Hart is?" I'm like, "No, the South? Are you kidding? I know Jimmy Hart." He's like, "Well, he was at Wild Wing earlier today." I'm like, "What did you tell me earlier today?"
What was he doing there?
I have no idea. Probably an autograph signing in the area or something. I don't know.
Fuck.
Yeah,
I
what
think
else you
I
know?
think I think so far you've got me beaten. I like your older style picks. I like them. They're flowing very good together.
I feel like I'd flow the old and the new. Like
Yeah.
try to pick like more modern guys or post 2000 guys that can wrestle old school style.
Yeah, I like it. I think you got SmackDown and I got Raw. That's what it's
Yeah, that seems like because you got the draw power,
Yeah.
and I feel like the content kind of thing. Like you got the storylines, I got the matches.
Yeah. I like it though.
Um, so
Our
what
women's
is it?
division is our women's division is close though.
Yeah, it's tight. It's
It's a,
tight.
it's a tight one. We
I
should
feel like
put the
mine
we
is
could,
basically no aerials at all. You have a lot more versatility in your women's division. My women's division is literally completely grounded. I think Trish is Hurricane Rana, or no, it's the Stratosphere or whatever.
yeah.
That's the most vertical move anybody
No, Molly
does.
Molly Holly does the somersault leg drop.
Oh, true, good call. I forgot all about that.
You know what we'll do? I'll make a poll and I'll poll our women's division and see if anyone votes to see who's better there. Cause it's
It'll
close.
be
The
like
women,
one. It'll be like one vote, and it'll be
yeah,
Gabe.
it'll be me voting for myself.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna actually.
All right, buddy. Who's your next pick?
I'm actually. I'm gonna pick my GM next. I'm gonna have a babyface authority figure.
Wait, hold on.
I
Does
need a,
our GM have to be someone that's done the role before?
no, I don't think so. I think
Okay.
it obviously can be, and then you have an example of that. But if you think there's somebody that would be perfect for the role who hasn't done it, no, I think you can create a new role for GM. I
Okay.
personally am going with a guy. I got a lot of big, tough, fucking legit badass guys. I need somebody just as badass to keep them all in control. My on-screen authority figure, as well as my behind-the-scene booker. I thought about Dusty, but it's going to be Cowboy Bill Watts.
Oh, okay. You think Bill Watts can handle Lesnar?
Wow, I don't think anybody can handle Lesnar, but I think actually no, Bill Watts can handle Lesnar. Bill Watts probably pull a gun on him or something like
Yeah,
Cornette did.
that's true.
You hear the stories about like Bill Watts standing on fans' heads and shit like that?
Yeah, he's a maniac.
Yeah, he's a tough motherfucker. He didn't fuck with Bill Watts.
I wanted Sheriff Austin, but you took him, so I can't take Austin.
Not Austin gonna last to be able to get picked as a GM.
Fuck. And I was hoping Mick Foley didn't get picked, so I could pick Mick Foley.
Foley was good too. Yeah, Foley's a good face. I feel like the heat, like people
I'm
are
gonna
so
go.
used to people authority figure because of Vince was so like that's one everybody remembers. But like the babyface one's just as important. It's good to have like the heel going against the company, right? Like
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Obviously, I can go as Vince McMahon here. Like, I can make that work here. But I'm gonna go different here. I'm gonna go with a guy I think knows the wrestling business. Again, he has a strong voice. I think he can keep everyone in check who wants to step out of line. But I don't think I have much people here. All I gotta worry really is about, this guy coming in drunk. Maybe this guy having a hissy fit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go as my GM. I'm gonna go as Jesse the Body Ventura.
Ooh, that's a good pick, Jesse. I mean, he's a tough mindset guy, but he's also like got that like workers mindset. You know, he was the guy that wanted to unionize and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So he's the kind of guy who's like he's got a strong enough personality to run the show, but he also is like the kind of guy he's gonna take care of his guys.
I like that. I think these guys are gonna like working with the body.
I like that. I like that. I like that pick. That's a good pick.
All right, buddy. Finish it off with jobbers.
I still got one woman too, but I don't know who picked that. But I'm gonna go to jobbers. I'm gonna go to jobbers because there's one guy I definitely want to make sure I.
Do you want us to pick one male and one female jobber?
I don't think it matters.
Oh, okay.
You could do that if you want. You want to do that like that? One male, one female?
Yeah, well, I guess it would make it fair, right? It's just
Yeah, that makes
they're neither heel or face. They're just there to get beat up. So it
okay.
doesn't.
My male jobber he won't get any offensive move in except for his one move, who in my opinion he's actually maybe the greatest of all time at his one move. But he's been a jobber and sold all over the place. He comes from a family of wrestling royalty, and that is Brad Armstrong.
Oh my god, you're really going jobbers, eh?
Brad Armstrong should have been a star, bro. Brad Armstrong is he's like Brian Pillman, bro.
Well, if he was Brian Pillman, why didn't you pick him? Fuck.
Wow.
You
I
could
could
have put him as.
I was gonna pick Pillman. If I would have got Hart, I would have had Pillman, and I would have had my own little Hart Foundation. I'm just writing in my jobbers in black because jobbers don't get a heel or baby face; just get their ass kicked.
Yeah, I agree with that.
All right, you're up next.
Oh man, none of us picked Jazz.
She's on my list, but now I feel like I need a baby face. No one took Jazz. No one took Jacqueline.
Oh yeah, I forgot about it. No one took Sable. Sable in the '90s was awesome. She wasn't a good worker. She wasn't a good worker.
Not either. I'm like she's so. I always thought she was gross looking, to be honest.
No one took Luna.
Luna's good, yo. Sherry.
Yeah, no one took.
Where she was the manager.
No one took them.
No one.
Okay, I'm gonna go with the pick I wanted to pick here to finally give him his break and get him in the business. He got me into backyard wrestling. I'm gonna put him on my roster as a jobber. You finally made it. He was known for getting hit with weed whackers and getting power bomb up buildings. I'm gonna go with sick Nick Mondo as one of my jobbers.
Mondo, nice. Mondo, there you go. I love it.
Nick Mondo will make his way. Oh, my block's not working. Nick Mondo is gonna make his way.
Was OVW too, wasn't he?
Yeah, Nick Mondo.
I like that pick.
I thought
I'm like, when I took Brad Armstrong, I'm like, I got the best jobber. But not Mondo. That's a good one. Holy fuck. I never even thought of him.
No, I wanted to give him a chance, but you'll get a chance as my jobber right there. I'm okay with that.
I was thinking too.
You know what you should have done? You should have put Kenny Omega as your jobber.
Oh my god, that would have been good. Yeah, I mean, realistically, he'd be a jobber in the '90s. Like he looks like a '90s jobber. I guess I should probably round out my female division.
Oh, you haven't finished them yet?
No, I still have one more there.
Oh, we were just naming off a bunch of females that weren't taken.
Yeah, you know who I'm gonna take one that I don't think we named off, and I'm actually gonna end up having more heels than faces in my women's division.
That's okay.
But I'm gonna go with Beth Phoenix.
Oh, I like that one. We
It's
didn't
not,
talk much about that Phoenix.
yeah, she's kind of. She was, the problem is she was on top in an era where she had no one to work with. I think the most prominent female she ever worked with was like fucking Kelly or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Like her era, she was the only one that could work really. It's nice to see that she got a little bit of credit when she came back and stuff. People seem to remember her. Yeah, she's a good finisher, good strong worker. Can't go wrong.
Yeah. And you know who wasn't picked either? Mickey James.
Mickey James, yeah, another one that's some people consider her like a top five, top maybe even top three female wrestler ever.
Oh yeah. She was really good.
No
There's a
Moolah, no Moolah.
no Moolah, yeah. There's a lot of that's the problem, right? There's so many people that get missed out, right? So
If I didn't get Trish, I was going to take what's her face? Mildred Bird. Original female wrestler.
oh fuck. All
Mildred
right.
Bird.
I'll round up my female jobbers here. Let me see what I want to put here. I don't want to be too long. I want to get someone that's eye candy that the fans can kind of get behind, but she's never gonna do anything special.
Ooh, I
Oh,
know
you know
who you're
what?
gonna
I'm
take.
gonna take in Michelle McCool, Layla,
Yeah.
Nikki Bella. Actually worked on her game quite a bit. She became
Really?
actually,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, she became pretty decent. Um,
Not really though.
no, I'm gonna go with Lawler's Lawler's ex-wife. I'm gonna go with the cat.
The cat. I like that. I like that for a lower card female wrestler. The cat.
And I'm not talking about Ernest, the cat Miller. I'm talking about.
uh, who else are we?
Oh,
I can't forget another good worker from that era.
yeah, I was trying to think, but I wasn't expecting us to make a female heel, so I fucking
What's the right to censor chick again?
Ivory. But Ivory would be a good
Ivory.
heel. She'd be a good heel. I mean, a good jobber, but she's pretty good though.
I like Ivory. I honestly regret my Beth Phoenix pick. I really like Ivory. I think Ivory's an underrated wrestler.
Eh, go ahead and change it, buddy, because that means I'm changing one of my tag teams.
All right. So my final pick, rounding out my entire draft, my final
is
jobber, female
is
jobber.
is China's clit.
Oh my God, that wouldn't be a female jobber. That's a male jobber straight up there. To take out Brock Lesnar, bro.
Oh shit.
In a Kimura and shit. I could do Torn Butthole X-Pac as my.
Oh, you could do that too.
No, my final female jobber. I think it works. I don't know. If you can tell me it doesn't count if it doesn't count. But my female jobber for my female division in this world where it's okay whether you're binary, non-binary, I'm going to have a non-binary Kamala as my female jobber.
Okay, you can do that, buddy. That's fine. That's a little weird though, but we'll let you do it.
Kamala's going to be putting over Wendy Richter. Kamala's going to be putting over Gail Kim. But he's literally on my logo. They've been Papa Shango are on my logo. I got to get at least one of them in there.
Oh, Papa Shango, The Godfather, Kama Mustafa. They didn't make it. D'Lo Brown didn't make it. Oh, there was quite a few.
Nobody, not one guy in the Legion made it. I feel like Ahmed Johnson would fit on my roster too.
You know what? People talk shit about him. I loved Ahmed Johnson.
I
loved his entrance.
Working with the guy, but
yeah, you know who would have fit on your tag team too? The APA.
Yeah, they would have fit too. I was thinking about where I did the varsity club because Farouk, Ron Simmons, is so well known as a collegiate football player. I was thinking about switching up the varsity club and going Dr. Death, Ron Simmons varsity
Yeah,
club. I
that you
mean,
could
that
have done that.
never existed. That iteration of it never existed, but I just played safe with Rotunda.
I think both rosters have their goods and their bads. I think they're fair rosters that we picked. I know we missed a lot of guys. I think a lot of people be shocked. Like even like the Undertaker fell the fourth overall. Like that's shocking.
Yeah,
HBK made it as a mid carder.
Big Carter,
Right?
yeah.
Yeah, Randy Orton's there. I actually don't mind Eddie as a mid carder there on that list there.
I think when you end up drafting all time, I mean, as much as you don't want to put it all into size, I think size does end up playing a part. And he's
Yeah,
just shorter than everybody on my main event and everybody on your main event. Same deal with
yeah.
Chris Benoit. Same deal with
I
Piper.
but in that mid carder, he fits perfect there. We're talking about
Yeah,
Eddie versus Randy, Eddie versus HBK, Eddie versus Owen, right?
yeah. We've
Like
seen Eddie versus Benoit. Eddie versus Benoit. It's great. Great
I will say,
matchups.
Owen's great, but when I watch him back, I don't like a lot of his selling. I feel like he doesn't sell the punches very well. But
I
I
can
don't
see
know.
that.
You ever notice that when he takes like he sells like a punch, he kind of like, and then he just walks forward and keeps doing it.
Yeah, I can
Owen-
see that. He just
Yeah,
undersells the
but
strike.
when he was the King of Hearts gimmick, he should have got a world title run. That was
That
that was
it's a
fire.
shame.
That was There's a couple times he missed the boat, and it's because HBK didn't want to work with him.
Yeah,
Mm,
politics and shit like that.
yeah, God. Well, at least you have HBK on yours. I don't have to deal with that baby. Is that pre?
Yeah,
Is that
dude. Can you
is that
imagine
pre? Is
how
that
long's
before
he?
you lost the smile?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I guess I'm looking at like. Well, I don't know. I'm looking. I guess I'm thinking like 96 HBK. I guess.
Yeah, no, I would think that too. I like that. I like the rosters on both of our sides. Yeah, I think you're right though.
Absolutely.
I think mine might have a lot more star power.
Yeah, I think you're selling a lot more pay-per-views there. I mean, think of your pay-per-view poster. Your pay-per-view poster, you can have John Cena, The Rock, Hulk Hogan, Triple H, like
Oh yeah,
literally some of the biggest names in the history of the business.
I like that. I think our women's division is very close though. I'd
Yeah,
like to
that's
get
a tight one, eh? Like,
I would like to get a poll on that. Like that would be
uh, who's your announce team? Are you going single man announce team, or you going a
I
color
was
guy, a
actually
play-by-play guy?
I was actually gonna put Jesse the body on my announce team,
That
but
makes sense.
I have him
That's,
as my general manager. So I
yeah,
can't
yeah,
I'm not gonna
absolutely.
I'm not gonna put him there anymore. I'm gonna move him. Um I actually didn't mind this guy at announcing. So I'm gonna go with the heel JBL.
Okay.
I don't mind JBL. I'm gonna go the heel JBL and I'm actually gonna go to AEW. I'm gonna steal Excalibur. Because
Excalibur.
he's very good. I want him as my face. I was gonna take good old no, you know what? Let me erase that. I'm gonna take early 2000s face JR. So I'm gonna
So JR is your play-by-play. Bradshaw's your color. I
yeah, and I
like that.
want Bradshaw to be my heel guy. My original pick was JR and Jesse the body as my heel,
Yeah, yeah.
but but I'm
I
gonna
think
I put him as my manager, so I'm gonna. But I actually like what Excalibur's doing. He really does a good job there, man. JR
yeah, I
has gone
find he just had too
downhill.
many guys.
Yeah, he's really gone downhill in the last
You say
decade or
yeah,
so.
just
Yeah,
too old. He's been doing it too long, right? Like
yeah. I just don't think his heart's in
eventually,
it.
yeah. And I
But
just fit physically. Those shows are too long for him.
yeah, yeah. I
Um,
don't. It's just not worth it. So, what do you think? Would we be able to beat an AEW show?
come, come on, we're making wrestling good again with our promotions here.
I'm,
We're
I'm
reviving wrestling.
saying this right now. Everyone's promotion is different. Don't get upset if your guys didn't get chosen. This is why we did this. I think we're one of the few guys out there that's ever done this. I like dance it on YouTube. So please, guys, put up your own fantasy. wrestling fans want to see this. We had two different strategies here that, mine's more box office draw that can get you a big WrestleMania match. Dan's is more matching stylistic, technical wrestling with toughness. So they're both very different rosters. And, I would love to see them compete at a Survivor Series.
Yeah, I think we both did a good job of drafting for what we were looking for. We both filled out a great promotion. Real quick, my answers. I'm stealing one. I might steal my one manager. Have a part-time color commentator, not full-time, just part-time for a handful of matches. Have Bobby on color, and have go real old school and have play-by-play Gordon Soley.
Okay, you're going old school.
That's just my old school work. But like you said, yeah, more of an old school promotion. Yours more of a big box office mainstream crossover promotion. I think we both were able to, like I said, two different strategies, both able to come out with a nice roster. And I think we would both our rosters would pretty much put any modern content to shame.
Yeah, I think we both have a good mix here of workers, talent on the mic, in the ring, great storytellers, toughness. I I have no problem with the rosters made. The only pick I kind of have a problem with on my side was the Mega Powers because it kind of changed my dynamic of my tag team division. But I think the Outsiders being my champion kind of sway that a little bit, so I can have the biggest faces I can have against the biggest heels I can have in that division. So I think it works for me. I like MJF versus John Cena lineup. I like Steve Austin versus that Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
Something that we've never seen before. You can build that matchup perfectly, and you can even bump up some of those guys, like you said, Brock and Shamrock. Maybe they team up to be a
Yeah.
tag team, right? There's options
Shamrock
and
towards the Eden family with Lesnar.
there's options in both. So I want to thank everybody for watching this. If you watch it, I know it's a long one. 2 hours and 41 minutes. Please,
Yeah,
guys.
it's our longest one yet by far.
Oh yeah, please, guys, make your own. We'd love to see it. Love to hear about it. Write your list down at the bottom. I'm not too sure what we're doing next. Do you know what we're doing next, Dan?
Well, we discussed potentially doing a part two to last week's episode. I think that might not be a bad idea. I think seemed like it was some topics that were somewhat popular. Maybe we do part two to albums. Maybe we go in a different direction.
Yep, we never know. So I want to thank all you guys for watching. We appreciate it, and we'll see you next time.
Have a good week, guys. See you next Sunday.